Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you haven't had a chance to do so by now, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And to go a step further, I humbly ask that you tap that notification bell. That way, you'll be updated each and every time I'm uploading something new. All right. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram at YBSpeaks. Hello, God. Girl. Girl, first of all, we got to get into a little bit of preamble before we get into the things of all those things, girl. Update on, thine booty hole forsaking me, honey, okay? We are almost completely healed up. I should be ready, hello, God, um, by this upcoming weekend, okay, girl? Because the trade have been upset with me, girl. The trade have been cussing me out, telling me I'm a worthless supreme cunt. Girl, they are angry, girl. They are about to get their pitchforks, girl. Oh my goodness. I'm actually serious. I've been cussed out. That's how, and I'm laughing and giggling. They calling me, bro. You playing? You praying? You playing? Who else you got up in that? Who else? Child, just calm down. I was threatened, girl. I was threatened. So I told them to prove that we are solid. We are all good in the hood. I will provide it unto thee. Hello, God, the supreme, legendary, iconic, historical, hello God, memorable, okay, hello God, Throga. All right, I will put everything I got into it to prove to you, dear trade, that you are still in the running to becoming America's next top. Okay, period, girl. Like I just and I'm laughing because like I'm just like wow. It just feels so good when like people just really enjoy, you know, what you provide onto uh, the threats were jokes. They weren't real, like they were just like, bro, it's that serious. It's that serious. I said, I know, daddy, I know. But if you want what I've always been able to give, this cat needs to take a rest real quick, heal up. The purr, hello God, will be revived. Give it a minute. And hello God, when I'm ready, okay, you will be grateful, okay? You will be beyond grateful. I'm going to exhaust thee. Hallelujah! Ooh, glory! I am going to exhaust thee, okay? Ugh. Thug Passion Child, he was so upset, girl. Because he was calling me all week, and it's just crazy because it's going on like 2 or 3 years now for us. Bitch, I had the same schedule. Calling me 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm at work. Honey, I'm at work. You know my schedule. And I don't really do morning play like that unless we have plans in advance. All right? Girl called me yesterday. I had just got back from honey. I got some things to tell y'all, okay? Period. Um, girl, I was I was eating him for like 3 hours, girl. Like he just kept on trying to get into the mansion of life, child. I had to let him know, honey, the gates are closed. Hello, God. Y'all see how Kendall's gates close at the end of his home scenes, girl? Yeah, the gates are closed. They're locked. There's a chastity belt on those girls. Okay? The gates are closed. There couldn't be a leak in this building if there wanted to be one, girl. Okay? Trust me. I've been analyzing thine booty hole myself. I'm trying to analyze the progress of her. She's a precious treasure, bitch. So I need to make sure that she's taken care of. Okay? When I tell you the swelling has gone down so much, and I'm so appreciative because I thought it was going to be like more like a month, but we're going on about 2 weeks, going into three maybe. But mm, she needs to be healed, girl. The trade are going to revolt against me, girl. Mm, 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 mm. But hey, I love it, honey. Period. Period, girl. God. All right, I'll save the rest of my since I haven't been able to buy them. I've been kind of topping, and uh, there's I'll talk about it in another video, girl. I know y'all ain't ready for all that real shit. What's up, Nia, baby? How you doing, boo? Mother, hello, God. Chloe, hey, baby, how you doing? Gabby, hey. Outspoken, what's going on, baby? Rocky, hey, how are you? Lex, how you doing, boo? Christina Davies, hello, God, how are you? Love from England. I know that's right, girl, period. Shout out to the girls in England. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, 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 welcome. Shed Pearl, hey, how are you? King Virgo, what's going on? Spicy Original, hey, baby, how you doing? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What you say? Talk about the episode. Laugh out loud. This isn't a story time live. We pay good money for those. Okay. Girl, let me tell y'all, you know the adventures of a whore. Hello, God. Oh, let me tell you, girl. I'm just gonna give y'all a little snippet real quick, girl, because so me and Thug Passion, we had been having these plans, right? So last night, um, we did our thing, obviously, but we linked up with this girl. Yes, honey, this girl. She been wanting a little 2 for 1 type of special child. Okay, hello, God. And let me tell y'all something. I truly am desire, fire, and pleasure personified. Like, pleasing a man is one thing, but pleasing a woman and women, I'm not trying to speak for y'all, but from what I know, from what I've heard in this life from women, it's really hard to please a woman sexually. Like men be thinking they know what they doing, and it's a lot of these women's fault because they just make y'all feel that way. They glaze y'all too much. They don't want to hurt y'all egos because they think you're going to take it out on them. A lot of women tell me they fake it. Some might feel good, but they don't feel great. They don't feel amazing. They don't feel transcended. Hallelujah, bitch. Girl, this girl was losing it. And I was like, I was in another world too, honey. The way I ate the punnan, honey. Let me tell y'all something, girl. You thought I was, girl, deconstructing a pineapple with my mouth, girl. Hello, God. I was in the mode. Girl, we tied her up to a chair. Hello, God. Oh, girl, she was bend to thine will, honey. Hell of thine will be done, girl, period. Girl, child. I'll give that. We'll have more of a deeper discussion than that, honey. But I am just the T. Period. That's just what it is, girl. Period. What's up, Althea? How you doing? Yes, God, honey. Hello, God. I will be sharing the link later if y'all want to hit the link and come up ever so quickly because we won't be here forever and a day. But I do want to give y'all an opportunity to come up. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I may need y'all, hello God, the ones that remember at least the important shit. I did not take notes. I tried to skim through the episode a second time. I watched it fully when it came out. But, and I also want to preface this too. This is not going to be like great detail review. I think moving forward, just to keep my sanity, I'm just gonna hit on points that need to be. I'm like Imani Van Zap type of vibe, girl. And then y'all, I'll share the link with y'all, and y'all can come and give y'all a 1-2. Maybe in the chat, y'all can jog my memory on certain things that y'all want to hear my opinion on, and we'll make it happen. Okay. What's up, Tabby? How you doing, baby? Okay, Gabby, that's what I hear, girl. The girls be doing all that moaning. It's so exaggerated. So a performance, honey. No God, honey. What's up, Cece? How you doing? Yes, y'all. I'm in much better spirits. I told y'all that would be a quick one because of why I was depressed. Like, girl, ain't never really had family, mother or father specifically. So, like, I get over that shit quick, but I stayed on that one a little longer than I normally do because every blue moon I do dwell on that and then it puts me down. But that's usually like a couple of days, and girl, I'm good to go. Um, but yeah, I appreciate the love and support too. A lot of chasing girls, a lot of you guys were in my inbox and sharing with me your love and your thoughts and your prayers and your words of wisdom and encouragement. Definitely appreciate all of that. That's a testament to the heart and soul of YB and why I love you guys and why you guys love me. Cause we just real, girl. We relatable, girl. We walk this earth together as humans, girl. Like no one is above thee, no one is below thee. We are equal, okay? And I think our relatability, our experiences in life, and the things that we've seen, and the truth of it all, binds us together as one. So again, I appreciate everyone who commented and messaged me and you know gave me their love. Thank you so much. I guess we'll just get right into it, girl, because I know y'all tired of my foolishness. Okay, period. Um. Oh yeah, Kiki panel tonight. As far as I know, now I don't know what's tea. I gotta talk to Harviana girl because I don't see no videos on the platform. This seems as if she has privated everything possibly. Um, yeah. So as far as I'm concerned, we do have a Kiki panel tonight. I will convene after this live just to be sure. But you know how we do, girl. We will post the link. We will share it out, girl. And again, it's usually good at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Period. Mm-hmm. Hello, God. All right. So, from memory, the episode starts off with Carl and Kendall meeting up. They finally get a chance to have their one-on-one. And, it's what I've been saying. You'll be surprised how much in common you have with someone who, especially from meeting them first, thinking that they're your op or y'all are going to have problems. It's usually some of my closer like friends in life were always the ones like in the beginning we had these preconceived notions about one another. Like, girl, come to find out, the reason was we had a lot of shit in common. We got the same personality type. Like, we got a lot of things other than in common. Like, okay, girl, you cool. So you basically looking at yourself in a mirror, so to speak. But the way you take it is going to be, more of an opposing type of level than anything else. But when you sit down and you have, genuine conversation with one another, um, you then realize, oh shit, like we could actually be girls. We are sisters. Hello, God. Okay, period. I do want to say this though, Carl. I love you, baby. If you're in the chat, if you're listening, hello, God. I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you. So what I am about to say Please know that it comes from love, the power of love, darling, the power of friendship. Carl, baby, put your ears close to the speaker. Hello, God. Ears close, baby. You know I love you. And as a friend indeed, hello, God, I'm going to be real with you, baby. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Girl, when people are talking, girl, and I know that that's that Midwest shit because I know that's where he's from. It's all of those Chicago, Detroit, girl, them St. Louis people, girl. Like this, always the Midwest girls. Y'all will run over. Atlanta girls do it too, actually. Will just, girl, let the girls get it out. Let the girls. She trying. Ken doll trying to talk. You and I get that. You know that's just like probably a cultural thing, like where you're from, and obviously ain't nobody stopping y'all in y'all tracks. But Carl, girl, shut the fuck up. Just please, girl. From love, from YB, honey, your friend, child of God that loves you, girl. Just like let people get it out first. I feel like I'm on a panel because I love all panels that I've ever been a part of, but that is how panels for some reason are always ran. Like the girls just gotta blurt it out, the girls gotta talk over each other. It makes for cute little whatever, but I always do like to remain silent when someone's talking and then I'll rebuttal. Because if you let people talk enough, you know, you have a little bit more understanding. And but when you're running to talk over them, and I don't think that that's Carl's intention. I think it's again a cultural thing. I just think people we all kind of do that. You always got that one that's gonna over talk or talk while someone else is talking. But I don't think they mean any harm by it. But you know, let's try to do a little bit better with that because it could make someone that doesn't understand you at all think that, oh, you're not even trying to listen to understand, you're listening to respond because you're trying to rush the conversation. But again, those are people that may not know you, they'll have that judgment, and you shouldn't be mad when people have that judgment about you. Okay. um what's up, August Allen? How you doing? I'm going to address this too because like there's a balance, right? When it comes to having the conversation of Carl being two-faced because you're meeting with Ken and then there is a conversation that brings up Tremel, and knowing that both you and Tremel had issues with Ken really has been firing off at Tremel as of recent, but Ken is now sitting with Carl. How does that look as a best friend? But I implore y'all, I'm not a fool. This is a show that centers around cast dynamics, right? So, in this aspect, Carl gets a pass because this is a show. He also gets a pass because guess what else? He's a grown ass man. Him and Tremel, yes, best friends. Again, I'm going to provide that. I'm going to bring all this full circle, but I'm going to give every balance possible because that's just how I have to do it. Yes, they're best friends. Hell, they might even be roommates, as everybody keeps yelling around, right? But they're also individuals and they're very grown. These men are in their 40s. They're just about to touch 40, I believe. So they don't they're not going to operate the same way a lot of the younger girls might operate. They're still very close to this day. I think they're still roommates to this day. Obviously, that little moment did not affect him and Tremel because you know why? They know each other well enough to know how this reality TV game works, on top of the sound structural integrity of their relationship. See, this would disturb the peace of some malnourished, on unemotionally intelligent ass immature little girls. This would disturb the force in those, hello God, um, leaky ass building relationships. But when you have grown people who are mature enough, who are emotionally intelligent enough to, have the kind of friendship that they have, hello God. You know what I mean? But I could definitely understand the viewpoints of people who would look at this and be like, "Oh, Carl is he's giving traitor girl. Girl, it is time to Olivia Pope the girls, tie her up, girl. Have the Secret Service deliver her, hello God, to good old mother girl in an underground bunker, bitch, bound and gagged and ready for a beheading, girl, because of her treachery towards the country. No God." So that's the kind of like level of balance I wanted to provide, because like I feel like a lot of people were coming at it from a one, sided type of angle, you know. Um and I want to say this too. I get that these are shows, and even without it being a show, just like having a real human conversation here, we don't have to be friends to be cordial. We don't have to have sisterhood in order to move in this life together. We're also cast members, which means we're co-workers. We got to do what we got to do. That's another reason I do get angry when casts are singled out and not allowed to come to filmed events, filmed situations. If the camera crew is going to be there, I feel like the cast needs to be there unless they can't make it themselves for personal reasons, or they don't want to go for whatever reason. But I feel like an invite should always be extended, especially if filming is going to take place. If this is going to be a scene for the show, everyone in this cast should be invited, period. I will always stand on that hill. Um, The other optics is Ken is intentionally creating a divide to leave Tremel in the cold, suffering alone, girl, waiting on the Night King and his army to just devour his soul, girl, and turn him into an unwavering, mindless soldier. Okay. Um, I don't necessarily believe that to be 100%, to be honest with you. But based on optics, I wouldn't be surprised. But I don't know. I think there is a genuineness to Ken. It's just with a lot of these girls, they're just so traumatized, girl. Like, these girls have been. I really wasn't trying to get into that deep dive shit, but like, it just shows, bro. Like, look at how a lot of these girls communicate with each other. Look at how these girls show up. Like, it's crazy work to see a lot of these thought processes, these processes. Whatever, girl. Y'all know what the hell I mean. Shit. But like, you can tell a lot about people. We're gonna get into that a little bit later as we discuss some other cunts who need to be, you know, flogged in the streets of life, girl. Period. But I'm glad their conversation went well. I Yeah, the conversation. Well, I don't want to stay on that too long. Um. So yeah, cute scene. Glad they were able to do what they had to do. I do feel, ending my thoughts on that though. I do feel like, Ken, you should be able to do the same thing with Tremel. We just discussed that y'all. This is a cast. Y'all are co-workers. You don't have to. We don't have to be friends, but we do need to at least be cordial. I think Tremel is capable of doing that, but are y'all capable of doing that? Okay. Period. Anyway, moving on. What was next? Is it the karaoke? Oh, I want to say this too. I'm sorry, Ken. You're a Southern cunt too. And let me tell y'all something real quick. And kudos to Carl because I know you're trying to make peace and let the Lord fight your battles. And that's great and all. And I know we just talked about there being peace. But I just want to tell people it's etiquette is etiquette. Signs are signs, energy is energy. Girl, how long have you been planning a karaoke event? And then we meet. If we never would have met and had this sit down and were able to actually come to a mutual understanding and respect for one another, would you have invited me? And even, hello, God, let's talk about it. The next day is you want to invite me to something you having tomorrow night? That means I wasn't thought of. Just in how I operate as a human being, ain't no bitch finna come to me talk about some okay, I'm having something tomorrow night, and you tell me only after we've kind of low key like put it all on the floor and we singing kumbaya together. So you never had any intention of inviting me anyway. And now that we're somewhat good, you want to invite me to something that you're hosting at your place tomorrow. I'm sorry, I would have respectfully declined. And I would have gave that to you in a real bitch moment. Hey girl, that's not how I operate. I'm not an afterthought. I appreciate you extending the olive branch and the invite to me, but I would be a fool to accept your invitation for something that you probably had already planned. And obviously the other girls are there, so y'all are in y'all group chat having that discussion. So although I know that we just made the fuck up, and because we made up, now you want to extend the invite. And I get that. I respect that. But as a human being, bitch, with proper etiquette and self respect, I can't take you up on the offer. But thank you, though. Period. Period. Sorry, bitch. Ain't no hoe in my blood. And again, it's not even about that part. It's not about pride and ego. It's about integrity. It's also about respect and respect for oneself. Like, I get it's a show, so Carl's going to show up anyway, but I just would have respectfully declined, and with my explanation why. Um, because I need a lesson to be learned here, and I need my reasons to be sound. Okay, period. Moving on to the karaoke event, I believe, right? Um, hmm. All I really got to say, girl, I was really trying to avoid this, but it was a thought that hit me before I hit the live button. And I want to say this, and I'm really not. I told myself I was going to change thine ways as it relates to how I talk about the way people look. This is not a read. This is not a joke. This is a PSA, a public service announcement, bitch, for every girl across the land. If this message just so happens to hit your ears, please listen with understanding and not the motivation to want to respond and get me together. I understand that there is a lot of body dysmorphia. There is a lot of low self esteem. There is a lot of identity issues in our community, more specifically as it relates to the trans community, because they are the ones who will more than likely be augmenting themselves to become full fledged woman, right? And I get it that coin and lack thereof is a big issue on why a lot of the girls cannot get exactly what they see in the pictures. Okay. How they imagined it, girl. Hello, God. I get that part. There is a big problem in the community. And I don't think that people are having the conversation the right way. And the right way is to bitches be very real about it. Y'all hoes look a mess. Girl, I've been holding this in for the longest. And as I look upon the girls, I just can't help but say this to myself. And I know that people are trying to hold y'all hand, and I know people are trying to be nice and they're trying to be sweet. But girl, y'all hoes look a hot ass mess. Tony, baby, you are a beautiful woman. But the scene for the karaoke, baby, girl, y'all remember that cow in that animated movie? What was that movie called? It was a woman cow. She wore lipstick. Her hooves were like heels. She had an apron on. Tony, and I'm not even trying again, baby. This is a conversation of self-love. This is a conversation to really think to yourselves. You a lot of times cannot, when you lay on somebody's table, I don't know if it's in someone's backyard, garage, hello god, rented fucking storage space, girl, down to the hotel, girl, hello god, down to a hospital, down to a real doctor's office, surgeon general, whatever the hell, girl, down to the Puerto Rico of it all, the Dominican Republic of it all, the Croatia of it all, girl. You need to understand, I don't give a fuck how low you are in yourself. As soon as you go under, there's no coming back, bitch. If you know, if you can, girl, do a job well and not at all. Y'all need to be careful because not only can you lose your life in these back alley places, girl, they will have y'all out here looking like a mummified fool. A Miss Piggy ass fool. Girl, you done chop your nose so much you look like an animated Pixar character, bitch. And it's not just her. As she sat, we're gonna get into the conversation about with her the mayoral, trans day visibility event or whatever, girl. But I like Dominique Morgan. But girl, you look a hot ass mess. Those teeth, imagine. Love me some Dominique Morgan, girl. Girl, T.S. Madison, love her down, but girl, you are built like expired damp laundry, girl. Carpets and bedding, girl. I get it. But when you do these things, a lot of times there is no, I'm going to go ahead and get this reduction. I'm going to go ahead and get this taken out. A lot of times that stuff is more expensive and even more dangerous to reverse the process. So my advice is do the job well or not at all. Y'all need to stop it and you need to really, really start to love the skin that you are in. Expound upon all of that. Stop doing these hard ass surgeries. Stop doing these permanent things. And I get it that there is a lot of, psychological trauma there brought on by, this identity crisis that you are having. You want to be what you want to be and what that looks like for you. But a lot of times it's not showing up the way you envision, baby. And a lot of times, y'all, girl, can you sneeze? And then, like, when I'm looking at the Dominique Morgan thing, I'm like, girl, a hot ass mess. I'm looking at Nova right? And one of the scenes, she got this old, I don't know what was poking out of her hair in the back, but it was giving slithering tail, bitch. Like it was giving, girl. Yeah, Beowulf. Remember the Angelina Jolie character, girl? Hello, God, with the tail, the snail, the tail, girl. Like I'm just thinking to myself, like, what? I just want y'all to do better, and y'all are what people see and what people will pay attention to versus someone that is just every day. You guys are on a platform. Again, and people like Tony too, like you show up in spaces where you're being honored and presented awards for your activism and your work in the community. And I love that for you. But like watching this karaoke scene just really put that into full perspective. And I was just like, damn, girl, like you can't do anything about that. And it's not, I don't want this to be, oh, YB's reading the trans girls. And I guess I am, but I want y'all to take something from it. It's meant with love. Respect and love yourselves enough to know what is too far. Because what happens is you will have no choice. And then I'm gonna be real again too, girl. A lot of y'all just look pretty because you done up the makeup. I can already tell. Nova, especially, Bear, Bucket Nakeds. Hello, God. Shout out to Bernie Mac. May he rest in eternal peace, girl. Hello, God. Bucket Naked. Girl, a hot mess. When the girls, and this goes for a lot of people who just overdo makeup over time, period, you end up destroying the integrity of your skin. And half of y'all, look at Dominique Morgan in that. I know the lighting was horrible, but girl, you look like you was about to die. It was giving the resurrection, girl. It was giving 7 days. Girl, there's no life in your skin no more. And my thing is this: if you have to at nighttime, when, and this is real, again, please, I'm not an evil cunt. I'm being real with y'all. I'm saying some things that a lot of people think, but they don't say out loud because they scared to get canceled. I'm telling y'all something that you may truly benefit from, bitch. Period, girl. At nighttime, ask yourself this question: when you turn it all off, when you take it all down, is it worse? Because a lot of y'all girls, like RuPaul, y'all only look good when you done up. But what happens when you got to take it all off? You look a plum full. A plum full. And then be mad when the girls call you bricks or hard faced or girl, you still looking like a man. Girl, period. If you don't have the coin, don't try to do it. Period. If you can't, if you really are one of these people who are sick to the point where you have so much body dysmorphia and you're unsatisfied with the way that you look, ask yourself this question. It's gonna look worse when you have to take it all off. When that wig hits that dresser, bitch, or that mannequin you sit it on, when you get those makeup remover wipes, when you pull out them teeth or whatever, girl, when you're taking down all the accoutrement that made you the lady of the night, the lady of the day or whatever, girl, and you coming out, you out here looking like Lurch, bitch, in a Demogorgon, girl, y'all be the same hoes that be mad at the world, and y'all be the same ones screaming out, oh, y'all transphobic. No, girl, you're just ugly as fuck. Again, love me some Dominique Morgan, but girl, every time she talk, I just know she got hot ass smelly breath. Them teeth are a mess. Like you've been chewing on rock, paper, scissors your whole life. I know you did a hard stint in prison, girl. I get it. But girl, y'all got that money now. There should be no reason T.S. Madison look like she gonna be in a wheelchair in 2 years from now, just like her mama. I know y'all don't like talking about her, but it's the truth. These overly fat bitches be rolling around these wheelchairs, girl. They unhealthy. Tell the truth. And I love T.S. Madison, but girl, you barely walk. Just damp ass laundry falling out the seams, girl. I'm being real, girl. I'm tired of looking at ugly motherfuckers, girl. That's just period, girl. That's just period. Y'all, and again, the reason you're ugly now is because you always thought you were ugly then. And when you try to do these cheap ass amplifiers, these extensions, hello God, these add-ons, you just be letting anybody do anything to y'all. Leave that shit alone, period. Moving on. I'm over it, girl. I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm looking at this scene. I'm looking at Nova. I'm looking at Tom. I'm like, girl, this is a hot ass mess. This is why Trey be thinking y'all tricking the girls, because in daytime it is so good, it is so soft, it is moist, it's lush and plush. But girl, we turn down the lights, turn down the head, turn down these voices inside my head. Lay down with me and tell me no lies. Just give me till then, but don't patronize. Don't patronize me. 'Cause I can't make you love me if you won't. And I can't make a heart feel something that it won't. And even in the dark, these final hours, I will lay down my heart. Come on, girl. I can feel the power if you want. Yes, Adele, girl. 'Cause I can't make you love me. Girl, you can't make no one love you, girl, when you are wrapped up in foolishness. And you got to take it all off, girl. Stop it. That's all I'm saying, girl. And then, and this ain't even to the chasing girl. This is just period though. And then it be the hoes like, I guess we can relate it to Nova girl. It be y'all hoes that be real mad at the real fish girls. Nah, girl. Girl, don't project your insecurities, girl. Don't do it. Because then a bitch like me will have to always remind you of your place and your status in this life. Period. Anyway, moving on. Totally loved Hello God, the karaoke vibe, girl. The girls were in communion and unity, living, girl, period. Just sucks that Alfie and Tramel were not in attendance, but okay. Um, I want to say this, and I'm over this whole love you, Althea. This is not to you. The Nova Althea, the energy that all of these crazy cunts keep thinking that they feel as it relates to Althea and her comfortability, or they think that her lack thereof in the community and this cast and all this other shit. Girl, y'all need to shut the fuck up, bitch. Love you, Dominique, but shut the fuck up sometimes. Let me tell y'all what really is going on in this bitch. And I appreciate Nova Eubanks and that sour mouth of hers that she just can't seem to keep closed, girl, period, girl. I know that you just got your lips done in someone's apartment and those lips are still getting used to their state of being, bitch. They're getting used to their individual identity because now, once you do things like that, girl, like Armand Wiggins and his teeth, bitch, they have a separate consciousness. So they're an individual, okay? Nova Eubanks poureth out of that cock-ridden mouth of hers, girl. And she said, oh, the gas money. And we just tried to glaze over that like it didn't happen. Shout out to the moose carcass, girl, Helga. Who, the way in which you are keeping these things in. Your level of transparency this season is admirable. We should celebrate you, girl. Get her another shot of GLP ones on me, girl. Hello, God. Yes, we give Moose Carcass the points, girl, that she needs, requires, and desires, girl. We celebrate, we uplift you and your loose skin, bitch, to the highest. Hello, God, the praise, the worship of you, honey. Hello. Shout out to you keeping it real and letting that stay in there. Because what that did was confirm everything I always had thought about. Dominique, are you in the building, girl? Can you hit the link later? We sue truth and justice must be served unto thee. I have been skating by, I've been observing. The reason I know a lot of y'all get angry, I have yet to truly go in depth on Dominique. I know y'all were like, oh, is he saving him? Is he? No, I'm collecting. That's what the fuck I do. See, when we are on the court of truth and justice, we have to collect all evidence. The evidence must be evidencing in order to, hello God, to create justification for the verdict that will be rendered unto thee. Okay, period. And see, Dominic, you shall be arrested. We're going to charge you, bitch, with being a raggedy cunt. See, you are a pillow talker. That is a fine of $250 and 2 years in jail. Okay? You will be tied to the bars, and Big Burly Trade is going to have their way with you. Okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to break this down. So, I was always under the belief that Ken Doll had preconceived notions about Carl and Tramel, even more when I found out that he didn't know these bitches. I was under the impression, I said, you know what? I think Dominique been pillow talking with that hoe. That's why she feel the way she feel about these girls. Then we hear what we hear. Other things have been done throughout the season, but very minuscule. You wouldn't really catch it. But we get to this point where Nova Eubanks in her cock-ridden mouth has overstepped her bounds and has revealed onto us, hello God, that Dominique, I guess, was giving Althea gas money. So you talking. Dominique, baby, we got to go to character, right? And this is something that goes to your character or lack thereof. You saying all this shit about how you feel about Althea, but when you are called upon for assistance, you provide assistance and then you talk about it to someone who doesn't like her. Again, you could have talked about this with anybody. I'm still going to have the same thought that I have, but it goes even further because you pillow talked to a bitch that girl got beef with. Girl. So, but you ain't messy? That's beyond being messy. That's some fucked up shit. And then I would have checked her immediately when the bitch poured that from her cock-ridden mouth about the gas money. Girl, shut your ass up, bitch. And at that moment, even if you didn't see all the signs earlier, Dominique, that Nova Eubanks and her cock-ridden mouth weren't worth shit, at that moment, you should have realized, oh, I can't tell that hoe nothing. I'm not, yeah, girl, we can't be cool no more. Because that's messed up. And, you know, Dominique, baby, the whole like shucking and jiving for this shit. I want to say this. Oh God! Shout out to Jeremy Speaks TV. Shout out to Kat as well. If y'all haven't had a chance, please get Kat's review of this last episode. He's been doing a great job this season, but I was listening to his review yesterday, I believe. I was at the gym. I think I was at the gym. When I tell you that probably is probably one of the greatest reviews I've seen. And he broke down a lot of great things. Like, whew, girl, he did his thing. And Jeremy's thought process on the chasing panel is just a breath of fresh air. Okay, Dominique, you do know you thrive on Missy Misdemeanor Elliott, right? I mean, the bitch could clip this up. You could have some issues, girl. Period. Like, girl, yeah. I'm gonna be frank when I say this. Y'all just need to shut the fuck up, girl. When we start walking into political, socio-economic conversations, when we start talking about the race of it all, we start really touching on these things. We had this conversation before, right? Y'all lack the education and the wherewithal to even expound upon these conversations and these topics, girl, to add any type of value or any type of meaning to the discussion, period. You don't have the bandwidth to carry or to even bring it a full circle moment to where it doesn't look like you should be canceled. Girl, sometimes it's just good to just shut the fuck up. Girl, because I be loving you. But it's moments like this I have no choice but to believe that this is what you believe. Y'all got to understand what you are celebrating. 99% of the people around you or the people watching this are against. Y'all don't think to yourself like, wow, like maybe that's a character flaw. Maybe that's something I really need to think about. Or maybe, let's just be honest here. We be out here questioning people, but what if this is just who people really are, girl? They don't want to change. They have no desire to change. They don't think nothing's wrong with them. And maybe, you know what? As I get older, I realize, girl, place people where the hell they belong. But I don't want those people being confused, hello God, as to why people are treating them that way or looking at them a certain way. I don't want Nova Eubanks and her cockroach mouth, hello God, to be sitting around here wondering why I'm not selling my Piggly Wiggly shirts. Hello, why my gay for pay shit ain't selling? Why my illiterate ass children's book ain't selling? Oh, if you got to think why, girl, then we deserve to leave you in obscurity where you belong. I don't want to waste the little bit of precious time, our human lives, on these cock-rated mouth ass bitches. And Dominique, you about damn near in the same boat. I like you a lot. But it is foolishness like what we've seen so far in this season that has me question your moral fibers, bitch. Anyway, moving on. Um, I want to say this too, since we're on the conversation. Tony, another reason I'm coming at you so hard, baby, is you disappoint the fuck out of me, bitch. You're so lovable. I like you. I could actually see us being cool, having a drink and kikiing and slapping five at these hoes. But baby, the way you don't have a backbone to save your life. Oh, is that what happened? You took some of your backbone. Oh, let me shut up, girl. Girl, the way that we sit in these mirrors and act as if we are the strongest bitch in the world, the way that we will be in these social settings and portray that we will read and roast and we will get you together and we're going to be very clear and direct and we're going to stand up for truth and justice and we're this and we're that. And y'all don't be doing shit, bitch. Just some scary hoe shit. Girl, you have allowed Nova Eubanks and her cockroach mouth to disrespect you throughout this whole season. She's disrespected the entirety of the trans community whilst in the presence of someone who is a top tier trans activist. But what do you expect? You won't show up and show out and defend the girls against a Nova Eubanks or her cockroach mouth. Girl, why were we so surprised when you were down there to the mayoral blah 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 festival, girl, or whatever that was, girl, where they tried your everlasting existence and all you did was whisk away. You had all this talk, all of these things of truth and justice, but you didn't do shit in real life, in the real moment of it all. I don't like bitches like that, girl. The girls fought too hard, girl. You fought too hard to be where you're at. Fight harder. Girl, I would have grabbed that microphone, bitch, and read them girls for their existence. Make a scene. Period. That's why we can't get nowhere as a community and why we can't get nowhere as black people. We too busy huffing and puffing and blowing imaginary houses down and talking shit in the mirror or talking shit in our confessionals. But we ain't finna bust the grape when it matters the most. Girl, that was a perfect opportunity. We're talking about trans visibility and activism. As soon as you would have stood up for your own truth and justice, the other girl should have fell in line. But again, what do I expect from a weak ass bitch? And I feel weird calling a trans woman hello God, especially one who has survived what she survived and has been through what she's been through. But trans people as a whole have been through a hell of a struggle of adversity. More so than someone like myself, just a regular gay boy. They've been through so much more. And you telling me you finna be a weak hoe to some shit that deserves some truth and justice to be spoken about? Girl, y'all got me fucked up. I'm sorry. But again, what do we expect? You can't even put Nova Eubanks and her cock-worded mouth in her place as she disrespects the entirety of a community that you fight so tirelessly for. You allow these other cunts to come around and disrespect the T, the legendary, iconic Tony Price. Girl, y'all crazy as hell. Y'all got me messed up. Girl, please. Girl, please. Anyway, girl, y'all might need to help me. What else happened? Shit. So we got was it Sammy? Sammy invited Tramel and Althea to the crib. Sammy, come hither. Come yonder. Hello, God. Come sit on Santa Claus's lap. And instead of telling me what you want for Christmas, little Timmy, hello, God, I'm going to give you some advice. Okay? And I want you to really think about, I don't know why I'm talking like that. I want you to really think about what I'm going to tell you. Okay? Period. All right? Listen closely, darling. I'm going to bless you. Girl, the difference between, and I know this may sound so strange, no one ever thought about it. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. No one ever thought about it, girl, but here I am to remind you of the simple things in life. Althea is woman. Hello, God. Hetero, cis, fish, puss, personified, menstrual cycle, bearer of children. Hello, God. Mm-hmm. You all, weather dress, weather wig, weather titties, weather makeup. All of you have dicks and balls. Tell the truth. You are men. Minus Nova Eubanks and Tony Price. Although they still have balls, we will call them trans women. But Sammy, because you are the man, we're going to speak to you directly. You are a nigga, a boy, an hombre, okay? Testes, penis, testosterone, muscles, okay? Of course, Althea is going to bring her homegirl. Whether you cunts are gay or not, I have grown up as we all have. Right? Like, girl, like, I just can't with the girls. Like, y'all are sitting here in this season acting as if Althea being a woman, a hetero woman, part of this cast. Now, again, I understand it. Should she have been casted as a cast member on an LGBTQ platform? No. Strong fend of, yes. I agree. But the fact that all of the issues that we've had just because this girl is purely existing, girl, I swear, girl, y'all need to go get checked. Y'all need to go get checked. Y'all act like y'all have never knew a woman, like y'all were not born of a woman, like you've never seen your mama's homegirls, your auntie's homegirls, your homegirls. Like y'all really do. In this, if people were to watch this and never have had an experience before, they would. Okay, but baby, y'all are highlighting your own insecurity. Y'all are highlighting your own traumas. Y'all are all highlighting the fact that I don't think that y'all don't like women, but I think that there is something there traumatically. And I know that moms, black moms, and black fathers will disown the hell out of their gay children, let alone their trans kids. Girl, when I say the trans girls probably get it the worst, but I understand, Dominique, we've heard your story. Lauren England, we've heard your story. We saw your story. Hello. Um, we don't know shit about Nova Eubanks and her cock-ridden mouth, other than the fact that I truly do believe that there's a lot of trauma there when it comes to her parentage. Sammy, obviously, I feel like there's probably that too, because there's no world that I have ever lived in and where any of your excuses, your explanations, your thought processes make any fucking sense to me. But y'all just have unhealthy relationships with women. Y'all need to figure out what the hell that is. Period. Again, I'm standing on this hill and I'm judging what we're seeing on the show. There's no reason for y'all to feel the way y'all feel about Althea. Period. If I'm judging what I'm seeing on the show, I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. It's not my job to know. I don't care. As a reviewer and as a show watcher, it needs to make sense to the viewing audience. I don't give a fuck if it makes sense to you. When you do a show, you need to interpret that motherfucker to translate well to the viewing audience. So as a viewer, hello God in the audience, and as a reviewer in this space, there's no evidence, hello God, to prove that Althea has deserved anything that y'all have given her. But I'm grateful to be the bitch that I am. Because, girl, y'all need it, girl. Girl, shout out to Markel. We had a nice little conversation the other day. And he kind of reminded me that, girl, you're needed. Because if we let a lot of these other thought processes out here just run rampant through the streets, like, girl. And I'm not saying that I'm always that girl, but y'all gotta start thinking, bitch. And that's just period, okay? And that's what makes me disappointed with this season and this cast, because like the way y'all are duds, girl. Y'all are dumb. In the way that you're allowing your insecurities to project on our screen, I'm grateful because I can read between those lines. I can make sound judgment based on what you're showing me and how you're showing up and your reasoning behind why you feel the way you feel. Even though it's bullshit, I know where it comes from. Y'all need to work on that. Twan Dixon, baby, you need to do a little bit better with this crew, baby. We need to start diving into that. Hopefully he watches the season. He's on the season too, I see, multiple times. And he got his own another season coming out of his show. So we need to do some real work. I'm tired of this superficial bullshit. As Q would say, the TV fake shit. This is weird to me. And another thing that I want to stand on is how dare us in this community We want acceptance and love from every other place in the world. Every level of being. We want to be accepted in nine sight by everyone, girl. Everyone, girl. We fight for our right to stand united with the girls. But we're so quick to do the most damage to our fellow people in our community. That's crazy work. Y'all are hypocrites. We're all hypocrites in a way when it comes to that. Self-hating gays. Hello, God. Like, girl, a lot of us are stuck in the patriarchy of it all, the racism of it all, the colorism of it all, the low self-esteem of it all, the trauma and drama of it all, Drita. Girl, we got to get our shit together. Because the way y'all be casting stones in a glass house, girl, and then be surprised with all that shit cracking on your ass is crazy work. And this is really showing to me, y'all were left alone too young. You had shitty parents, and I get it. That's why y'all like the way y'all are. These parents are selfish and nasty and corrupt and traumatized themselves. The black community, as a whole, we are just fucked. And that's a problem because we see what happens when we're raised in those detrimental, unbalanced ass homes. We get children like this cast. We get bitches like Nova, sorry ass thought processes like Dominique, and crazy ass excuses like Sammy. Girl, we gotta do better. We gotta do better, bitch. Anyway, girl, I don't wanna lean on that too long. What else happened, girl? What else happened? Um, yeah, what else happened? Shoot, girl, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, Althea, is she comfortable around us? I think I kind of already kind of spoke on that in a way, but I just want to say this, girl. Like, actually, you know what? I said what I needed to say. That I feel like my whole dissertation about it that can encompass that. Read into it how you want to read into it, but girl, we talking about people who are over the age of 25. Most of these girls are in their 30s, in their middle 30s. They're on their way to 40. Hearing y'all open y'all mouth sometimes and your reasoning skills, bitch, bye. Instead of looking for a show or a chase, you need to chase a therapist. You need to chase self-reflection. Y'all don't need to be on nobody's show. Because when you got bitches like me saying what I'm saying, oh, you're a hater, you're this, no, that your mind is just limited because of your own foolishness, your own toxicity. Y'all aren't on that level. And I'm starting to say, I'm really wanting to see more sound-minded girls on here. But all we keep getting every season is these traumatized hoes who haven't done no real work at all. Y'all do one little conference, Hellogon, with a therapist who really y'all best friend, and y'all think y'all getting some healing. Girl, shut the fuck up. And shout out to Althea, girl. Her energy, girl, her divine feminine energy has come through, girl, and has disturbed the peace of the girls. And that's crazy work to me. The gays, we're supposed to be so confident and steadfast, and we're not worried about nobody. And ooh, look at us. We love uplifting fish and we love uplifting our community. But look, this season has just been a prime example of how sorry as fuck these hoes are. How sorry our community is. For real, for real. Bitch. Girl, bye. Anyway, girl. Moving on. Girl. Let's talk about because we gotta run this down, girl. I've been on here too long anyway. I want to share the link too. I want to say this. Shout out to Pride, Black Pride. Shout out to like us, love us down. Ken Doll baby, I love you. I like you, but baby, in chasing reality, we have a love hate relationship, right? But I just got to tell y'all something. I've been talking about this since that season that Seven Deep was a part of, girl, in Chasing Dallas. Can we stop with the fake applause soundtrack? And it's this. I know you already got that queued up in your edit folder, Moose Carcass. I know you do. It's the same one. I like that song, Kendall. I told you that personally. But the crowd was not living for the song. The way you had to keep showing that thong just to keep the girls entertained, I was like, girl, I don't think that's necessarily something just wrong with the performance because I don't really see anything wrong with it. There's something wrong with the culture, and not just us in our community, but across the board. That club culture, where y'all be in y'all phones, y'all be standoffish, y'all be too busy in these sections, y'all be spending these $400,000 on these bottles that you can get for $40 down to the damn, liquor store, bitch. Y'all be out here trying to, status shame the girls, and you think that you're, above the girls, and y'all be too busy trying to look pretty instead of just having fun and being in the moment. So it's not just a Ken doll issue, it's a cultural issue too. Like, girl, why go to the club? Girl, I'm going there to get drunk, bitch. Of course, we done pregame before, girl, and because we ain't gonna spend no money like that, girl, unless, it's women getting free and they get free drinks, and then we drink our friends' free drinks. Hello, God. Um, but girl, I'm just like, tired of it. Since we're on Ken doll, I just want to speak on the whole baby journey. First off, would have never thought. But again, don't judge a book by the cover. Anybody going on this journey and doing the things that Kendall has done, I've seen this process on TV multiple times. I have heard these conversations. I kind of know the process just based on some of the stuff that I've seen, right? And I find it to be an interesting process. I think every guy, especially in our community, we've always, not all of us, but most of us have had these conversations about wanting kids and the different things we can do, the different options that are available to us to make that dream become reality. Um, and IVF is one of them. There's many options, obviously. Um, I don't like surprises as a viewer because I want to be emotionally invested. And how I do that is if I'm on the journey with you. We weren't on the journey with you. How dare y'all give us this man's story, but it's in pieces? It's wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. This is a whole process. This is a whole. Actually, we've never seen this on LGBTQ web reality before. I don't think we have. So shout out to Chasing for, being those girls, um, to move the needle. But that process, or even giving Ken a spinoff. I'm not even gonna lie either. That would have been a great conversation to have. But as we see, Victory was short lived, unfortunately. Um, how dare you give us something so meaningful and impactful and valuable, emotional, educational, vulnerable, and it was packaged the way that it was? I don't think that was fair. Yeah, I don't think that was fair. There should have been a way to expound on that more, to follow that journey more. Um, but in the same episode, this man, we celebrated with him. We were rooting for him. Our hearts, our minds, our prayers, our joy was sent to this man. In the same episode, he now, we see the fall of losing the child. That's fucked up to me. I know that that's not their intention. You know, me and Moose Carter, we don't see eye to eye, child. We battle and beat, but I'm always gonna keep it real. I don't think that was the intention. I think we were just, trying to do things and it just got rushed. These moments, especially these people's lives on that level, this is what I talk about when we talk about, like, the cast having respect and being able to really get their stories out there. But anyway, shout out to Ken again. My heart goes out to you, baby. I'm so sorry. And also, not just to you, but the surrogate herself. Like, I can only imagine the level of trauma she's experiencing from this situation. Also, too, I have heard, but again, as a viewer of other shows that highlight these kind of processes, these surrogates, when they lose the child, they feel as if they let you down and disappointed you. Again, they're doing this for you and your family. Their body is just the vessel in which the baby will be curated. But like, there's trauma, physically, emotionally, psychologically, and she could be feeling like she let you down. So hopefully people are sending her flowers and love, play, prayers, and chocolates, bitch. Okay, period. But as a whole, again, shout out to Chasing for at least highlighting a semblance of this. And shout out to Ken and his journey. Hopefully this is not the end for you. I do want to let people know, I know you guys want biological kids. Lord knows I would choose that route. um but there are a lot of needy kids out here. There are a lot of newborns that y'all can adopt. There's a lot of, if you have money for IVF, bitch, and that whole process, you got, girl, go down to the adoption agency. There are a lot of kids in need. There are a lot of newborn babies in need. Okay, like, I know what that feeling is. You want your blood of your blood, girl. I get it. Blood of my blood. I know you want your personality to poke out and you want your DNA to be ever seen. But there are a lot of kids in need. So just as another option for y'all. Anyway, Noel down to the Pride event. I want to say this, girl. I enjoyed Noel, actually. It's the outfit, though. And we all know that Pride is in the summer. Why you got that hot ass coat on, girl? Thank God you took it off at some part in the performance, but it was cute though. I ain't gonna do too much on Noel. I actually was here for the performance, so let's move directions real quick. Tremel, baby, Tremel. Oh, Cat. Shout out to Cat. I know you still in the chat, baby. Shout out to Cat, girl. I love me some Cat. Honey. Y'all know that's my best friend, honey. Cat pointed it out, and I share the same sentiments, bitch. Um, Tremel, the way you were holding Q, girl, girl, it was giving. If you think you're lonely now, wait until tonight, boy. Oh, girl, yes. Yes, honey. Don't forget about us. Yes, honey. Girl, it was giving, girl. Alone in a room. Come on, girl. It's just me and you. I know that's gospel, but girl, we gonna turn everything into sex. You know me. Girl, hello God, girl. It was giving, girl. Maria, Maria. Come on. You remind me of a West Side Story. Come on, girl. Mama Jula, Mama Jula. Din, 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 Mama Jula. Play by Carlos Santana. Come on, girl. Yes, girl. I was like, stop ballooning, stop the shooting. Me nothing, let's go now. Maria, Maria. She's on the corner looking for ways to make it better. Come on, girl. I was like, all right, come on, bro. Mama Jula, Mama Jula. Come on now. Maria, I know you're my lover. Come on. When the wind blows, I can feel you through the weather. Maria, da, 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 da. Come on now. Yes, girl. That was my song back then, as you could tell, girl. That was my song, girl. You couldn't tell me nothing about him. That was the only song that man ever had, really. But shout out to the legendary, iconic guitarist, Carlos Santana, bitch. I grew up listening to him a lot, honey. Yes, honey. Other than Jimi Hendrix, honey, that's the one, bitch, period. Okay? Tell the truth. Yes, honey. That was my song, girl. Maria, Maria. Come on, Tramiel. Hold me. Yes, girl. Hold me, daddy. Girl, see, that's what, Kat pointed it out, girl. This is why the girls think you just running them up, girl. You out here slapping ass. Hello, God, you getting on that anything is possible, girl. Hello, God, that brown where it goes down, girl. You out here parting the girls' booty holes, girl. Hello, God, and forcing them to thine knees. Oh, don't worry, girl. It's not against thine will. They love it. They love being treated like little slurs, girl. They have no choice, girl. Tramel, put that arm around you, girl. Let's tell the truth, girl. That arm came around, honey. Oh, Tramel's in the building. Yes, Tramel is here, girl. Hello, God. Oh, Tramel, honey. Yes, Maria, Maria. Come on, girl. You remind me of a side story. Come on, Tramel, honey. Tramel grabbed Q and Q little. I didn't know Q was so small, girl. I know that's right. Q was a perfect little piece of femme bottom, honey. Tramel put that on. You know, Tramel was on that drink down to the fair, girl, whatever that thing's called, honey. The festivals, the festivities, girl. That drink. Tramel don't let him know, girl. Bitch, after tonight, girl, I got what I needed, girl. Shout out to Pride. Girl, shout out to the festival, honey. I know that's right, honey. Tramel, but yeah, Tramel, this is why the girls think you out here just running them up through these streets, girl. That's why they getting hot and bothered with you, honey. Tramel said, honey, huh. See, that's how Tramel got rid of that gut from that his scene, girl. That's how he been. It's let me tell y'all what it is being a top. You burn calories, girl. I ain't gonna lie. Last night, I gotta tell y'all that another time, girls. Are y'all tired of my shit? I know I burned at least 12,000 calories last night, girl, because I was wearing this girl out, honey. But anyway, honey, Tramel had his drink, girl. Hella gone. Had that arm wrapped around that neck to let the girls know, bitch, that waiting for tonight, boy. Come on, honey. He clapped iron cheeks, girl. Tell the truth, Tramel. You had to give it, honey. Give it what you got for a pork chop, honey. Tramel said, girl, huh? Girl. And I ain't gonna lie, Q looks like one of those bottoms that's always cleaned out. Girl, he take his pure for men, girl. He eat one slice of pizza a day, girl, and a salad, girl, and a cute ginger smoothie for gut health, for support. Girl, you can go with him, girl. It's clean, girl. Huh. Period. Taken out, girl. Behind the Ivy showroom, girl. Fuck these clothes. Show that pussy. I know that's right. Tramel said, girl, I got to have what I got to have, baby. And period, girl. And Q looks like he smells good, too. Q does give. He smells like Givenchy, girl. Hello, Saint Laurent. Hello, God. Parfum. Hello, God. By Versace. Hello, God. Come on, Chanel number 5, bitch. I know that's right, girl. Who? Yeah, it also could give body, Bath and Body Works, cunt. I know that's right, girl. Cherry blossom scented puss. Ooh, girl, shout out. That's why Tramel got a nose on him, girl. He can smell your past. Hello, God, and those are the lips and the tongue to lick your future, girl. Hello, God. I know that's right, girl. Period. Shout out to Tramel, girl, out here laying these girls out, bitch. Period. Anyway, girl. Um, it was a cute thing. I also heard that applause track in the background too. And I have to judge from what I see from audience to what y'all are boosting it to be. But shout out to Noel. I really do wish there was more support, for Black, gay, LGBTQ artists. Because some of these girls actually do a good job, girl. Like I wasn't here for all Noel songs, but that last one that was giving that little Kim Foxy vibe, I was here for it, bitch. Period. I love an old Nat. You know me, girl. I'm a little Kim fan, bitch. So I do live for that. Um, is there anything else in this episode, girl? I'm gonna share the link real quick. Y'all can come up, girl. How long we been on here? Okay, we got 30 minutes, girl. We're gonna do the 2-hour mark, honey. Okay. Even though I don't have to prepare a table before the presence of trade today, that don't mean that we're gonna be here forever. Okay, period. Did I miss anything? Do y'all want me to touch on anything else from the episode? Trust me, y'all are funny. I heard y'all, child. I'm telling you. See, I know you're in a relationship now, Tramel, so you can't really get into the things, and I respect that for you. I respect that. You trying to downplay it, but you know, you was on that Hennessy. You grabbed that boy around his neck. You claimed him and let him know, huh? This is mine tonight, bitch. That's why Dominique is so mad at you, girl. You the girl. You the yeah. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth. Let's tell the truth, honey. You taking these girls on a magic carpet ride and forgetting about them. I told you my assessment was my assessment. I was joking before, but now I really see the trend, girl. Tramel said, girl, I'm finna turn a little toxic trade on these cunts. I know that's right, girl. These hoes are mad about it, honey. You didn't call them back, girl. You done gave them a nasty piece of Dioc, honey, and get the girls together. Tramel, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Honey, you done came out here and clapped these girls' booty holes, honey. You got them out here running around crazy town, girl. Don't know how to act, honey.
Girl, I ain't even did nothing. No, I
So
really
can you?
was drunk. I don't even remember. I don't even remember hugging him like that.
Ooh, he just let it happen, girl.
I mean, we're friends. We were friends, and it was kind of like we were all there together. We was having a good time.
Y'all must be real comfortable in y'all friendships in Atlanta because I ain't never had a friend that just do that to me. Even my
Why
homegirls don't do
not?
that to me. I don't know. I just, you know.
Nah, we were cool, and I liked Q. I thought we was all vibing. We were all having a good time. I hugged everybody.
Hmm. Okay, because it was giving, get these girls together.
No, at that time, just to give you a little backstory, I had just started talking to the young man that I'm dealing with now, and he was out there.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, and
So
when
you,
we actually had met up with after Noel's performance, he actually popped up in the camera, and I was like, "Hold on, move over, because I can't. I got we filming right now. Move."
mm,
He don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
mm,
Mm-mm.
gotcha. It was giving. What's up, Gabby? How you doing?
Hi, YB.
You all
Hey.
right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I was just trying to I was putting the screen cover on my tablet and trying to put my tablet back on the case.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
How you
Sorry
doing?
about that.
No, you
Hey,
good.
I'm
Gabby,
Hi, Tramel.
how you doing?
I'm good. Um, can I say that you were the highlight of the episode?
Really? Thank you.
You were. Especially when you held Q not Q, Sammy to the fire.
I,
If you
I
gonna
was
call one out, you gonna call everybody out.
No,
Cause
so the
what?
thing is like I was really confused by that whole conversation because obviously I was not there at the karaoke situation, and neither was Althea. Clock that y'all had the two singers wasn't invited to karaoke. How about that? That's so funny. But yeah, I was more so like y'all was talking about her bringing a plus one, like she not comfortable. A lot of y'all brought plus ones to almost everything.
Right.
And when I say plus ones, it's not like they weren't invited to these events, but they were not on the call sheet. That's what I mean by a plus one. If they're not a part of the filming situation, they're just like they're a plus one. I mean, you there because the cast member is there.
Because my thing is, while he's calling out everybody else for bringing a plus one, his husband was sitting right there at the table as said
So
plus.
okay, so I could speak on that now just a little bit. Now it was at their house, and the thing was is that what the sit down was about was actually a shock to me, to be honest. This is a little bit of tea. Um, but we were actually going over there because they were supposed to give us like some love advice, because they was actually the ones in the couple, they've been together for like 15 years. So me, Tony, and Alfia was like, y'all, what's the secret? Tell us what it is. Now, of course, I guess that all got scrapped or whatever. But that's why we were there. We were there to talk to both of them. But they really told us about what happened at the karaoke thing. That really monopolized the whole conversation. So, I mean, we did get some good love advice from them, and shout out to them. But that whole plus one situation thing, it really sent me because I'm just like, now I know Sammy's man have been to a couple of things. Dominique's man have been to a couple of things, and Ken had brought a couple of friends to a couple of things, and they was telling us in certain situations like no plus ones and whatever, whatever, whatever. In certain situations, not all of them, but they still brought their peoples. So I was like, I didn't think it was a problem that she brought anybody because everybody else was doing it, and I didn't think it was a problem they brought anybody. I was just like, why y'all calling her out for that?
I have a question for you, Jamel.
Yeah.
As someone who is uniquely in this position, so you don't just you've always been a part of the web series world in some aspect, on a reviewing platform, as well as being a cast member yourself, and as a viewer in the audience.
Hmm.
We're almost at the end of the road here with this season.
Right.
I have yet to see any evidence to support the reason why all these girls have the vitriol they have for Althea. Is there something that we're missing?
So the only thing that I can say, and this is the God's honest truth, is everybody is pissed about that email that she wrote.
Build a
That
bridge and get over it.
no, that email. Okay, I love Althea. I love Althea to death, but that email was very scathing. It was.
But like
She
YB
lit
said a
they
couple,
asses up.
but like YB said a couple of lives ago, it's like you can't keep picking and picking and picking and picking, and then get mad at how she responds.
Yeah, so I'm not saying it was like wrong or anything so it's like she said she sent the email and they are really like I mean obviously this happened like a year ago, but like after she sent that email it kind of pretty much like put a damper on her position in this group, to be honest. Like that's all they keep talking about is that email. They was hurt by that email. And that is not really anybody's, that's not her fault that they want to hold on to it. So it's just like
So
the
the
email really sunk
email,
them.
the email that they keep referring to, that's the email that was about her exiting and basically her vitriol for Nova, correct?
Well, she named a lot of people in that whole situation. Not like, well, she just named no. Of course, she talked about Nova, but she also said that they mentioned it in the scenes that she said that nobody really checked on her, but like me and I think Sammy and Carl and maybe somebody else, Noel or whatever. So that really hurt, like Dominique's feelings. So he was starting to run this whole narrative like she don't really like us and all this other stuff, and that's where all of this started coming from.
My thing is this though. The thing that pisses me off the most in this situation is that I know for a fact that most, if not all, of these people are over the age of 30.
They are.
Their reasonings, their excuses, their fucking responses, it's
Yes, because
so
Althea is the youngest
stupid.
one on this cast. She is the youngest one, and they're treating her like, I mean, we're all older. We're all in our 30s except for Althea now. So it's like, oh, and Carl's 40.
Miss Aunt 40 child.
I'm 40. But no,
Um,
Althea is the youngest one, and like she still has like, I mean, she should be given. I feel like she should be given grace for like being put in a situation and not really knowing what to do. And she had a lot going on, so it's kind of like I knew that. So even if she had named certain things in the email, I knew she was like really hurt. So when the email came out or whatever, and she sent it to everybody, we all got it. So it was kind of like, oh, she was serious.
I'm sorry, but as a viewer, that's what it looked like. It looked like after the big blow up at the pajama party, it did look like everybody chose a side. Because
Yeah.
Meeks, to be honest, as bad as his feelings was hurt, it was like, well, where was you at when when everybody else was trying to like calm her down? You was outside kikiing with Nova.
And well, you got when you're right, you're right.
So how can your feelings be upset? And then this narrative, as a new viewer of chasing, I don't like this narrative that's being pushed.
About cisgender women.
Yes, because my question is, Excuse my language. If I can't cuss, I'm sorry. But what the fuck is a gay culture vulture?
And you know what? We didn't know that. We didn't. They now Sammy did not mention that that was said at this meetup that we had. Now I found out about that after I went to the club that same night, and then that's when Carl told me that Dominique had said that, and I was like, "What?" I said, "What did you say?" He said, "Oh, he didn't say nothing, obviously." But I was just like, he said, "Girl," I said, "Y'all didn't say nothing to him about that." He was like, "No, I was just listening." I said, "Oh, okay, girl. All right."
I'd like to take this time to introduce two people that have added. Honey, hello, God. We have the cat, hello, God, is in the building. Hello, God.
Hey,
Yes, God. And we have Althea is also here, too. Shout out to
hey,
her.
Alfie.
Hey
Hey.
y'all.
How are you?
I am favored. How are y'all?
Bro, you're favored and I'm flavored. Hello,
I know
God.
Yeah.
that.
I'm
I know
dead.
that's right.
Althea is
Period.
mad about that email, boo.
I know.
Can't Althea, I
You
haven't
don't do
had an
that.
opportunity to really speak to you at all. And I first and foremost, thank you for, hitting the link and showing up, honey, hello, God.
Absolutely.
And thank you just for, giving a different side of representation on this show. Now, looking back at all that you've been through in this show and what we see as viewers and all the things of those things, I from the energy I get, I know you're probably kind of new to being, you're probably not new to gay shit, but you're probably new to being heavily immersed in gay shit. So there's a lot of learning that has to happen. Would you say that to be true?
Exactly that.
Okay. Now, as you've traveled these situations, I look at it as, like we all need somebody. Even in the gay culture, we have people that have kind of taught us the way of the queen. And I think that's to be said too. Like a lot of, straight people have, a gay friend or a gay acquaintance that can kind of like help them navigate these spaces. Have you had that?
One more time for me. I'm sorry.
Okay, like how most gay guys, I know coming up, I had people to kind of show me the way of the queen, introduce me to the etiquette and the rules, and how the community can kind of be.
Mhm.
And I've had homegirls in my life where they weren't fully educated or they wanted best friends, so I'm teaching them a little bit of like how things go. Have you had someone like that before you came on the show or while on the show?
No.
So you're just kind of learning as you're going.
Mhm. But me knowing my character is like, I didn't think I was gonna have a problem getting along with nobody.
Mm. So for me and everybody else, while you're here, wholeheartedly, truth, just transparency, f- from your perspective and how you have, seen this season progress as a viewer too, I can't see any instance where you deserve the level of energy that you're getting. Now, the email, now that that's been brought to my attention, I can
Mhm.
understand that.
The
But
email didn't say anything for real.
I feel like a lot of that, especially with Nova, was before the email. Am I correct?
In regards to
Before the email, like what you and her were going through.
just that it was that incident, and then everybody just started. I don't know. A lot of the stuff that we seeing together as viewers, I didn't know was happening. Like she
Mm,
didn't tell me that I was called a culture vulture.
mm,
Dude didn't tell me that they had an issue with me calling them girl. Tony told me.
Yeah.
mm.
Like nobody ever addressed me. They was talking behind my back the whole time. I didn't know the shit was being said, and I was waiting for it to come out so that I can see what was being said about me
Hello.
in its entirety.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like nothing. It makes me
Oh,
feel like maybe I was a little too open, but that is part of my character, and I'm working on that. And I feel like emotionally, because I was going through things personally and throughout the show of filming, that I showed a little more of my emotions than I probably wanted to in reference to crying a lot. So that kind of got on my nerves seeing me cry as much as I did on the show because I know how strong I am. But maybe I was just,
Oh, oh, oh,
very.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me interject. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Crying is strength. So don't think that crying is a weakness. Crying is strength. So showing your tears is very strong and courageous. So don't think that you were weak because you cried. That is when you were your strongest, because you were able to open up your heart and really show the true vulnerable side of you that people really that early on probably didn't deserve.
Thank you.
And I want to point this out too. I meant to say it when I was reviewing the show, but you kind of just reminded me on what I need to say. And people are able to have their opinions and their thoughts and perspectives, and that's fine. But I wanted to add a little bit of nuance to the whole you being a victim. It's my opinion, my belief that if you were not faced with a lot of the things that were coming at you by way of Nova Eubanks and her lips, and a lot of other people giving you the type of energy that they've been giving you, you're crying, you actually going in depth into your struggles and your story is in response to what's happening to you. If we removed those obstacles that were coming against you, I feel as if we wouldn't have seen as much of that vulnerability and this whole like victim stamp that people have put on you. We would actually see more productivity, not just from you, but other cast members who've decided to make you the focus of their ire.
I agree.
Exactly.
So I want to let people know that, like, you're only talking to Twan, you're only crying and talking about your struggles as a single mother and the things you got going on because it's in response to a lot of the trash and toxicity that people are coming at you with.
I agree.
Exactly.
And if
Exactly.
I think the group should have been a safe haven for her and a place where she could escape to. Like, okay, I got to deal with life on a daily basis, but I'm finna go see my friends and I'm finna be filming and I'm about to be famous. Like, it should have been a very fun experience. And also, Tramel said earlier, like, he had more compassion because he knows more about the situation. I
And he
feel
was
like,
going through it with me. He was
but
the
I
same thing
also
that was
feel
happening
like
to me was
they
happening to
didn't
him.
need to know Althea. Like, just knowing the surface level of like she's going through, they don't need to know the details to have compassion.
Oh yeah. Well,
They
yeah.
don't need the details. So as long as they know, okay, she ain't her best self right now. She going through like I, I just don't.
Especially with
I just don't
knowing
understand.
Yeah.
these especially with knowing these girls and a lot of these cunts in the community. What pisses me off too, and I said a little bit earlier, y'all act like we don't go through either. We don't struggle either, girl. We have depression, we have sadness, we have struggle, we have all kind. We all lose jobs, we all don't know where some of the next food is going to come from, bitch. The struggle be real. So it kills me that when we see in the community, because in my real life, I'm my homegirl's refuge. They
Yeah.
come to me to release their stress and to confide in me and their things. And
Yes.
I know these other gays in this show have that same dynamic with their actual homegirls. So
Hmm.
for all of this stuff to show up the way that it's showing up, it's so ridiculous in its nature. And to me, it's unrealistic.
And for it to be spearheaded by somebody who was literally in that same position a couple of years ago is wild.
My
Mm.
thing is,
Why?
we are 8 episodes in, and Althea, I give kudos to you, but we are 8 episodes in and still have yet to learn what are the quote unquote elite takes. Althea gave us, at least you're giving us real moments. At
Thank
least Tamel is going out there performing.
Yeah.
But what is everybody else's takes?
And snatching up the twinks.
Mm.
I
Period.
didn't do that.
You did, bitch. You
I'm,
did.
I'm just, I'm just saying, like, what is everybody else's chase? Like, you want to call yourself an elite, but like Kendall's story, I didn't connect to it either because you came on so strong when you got introduced to the group, and now you're being messy and petty, and then you expect us to feel sorry for you. I'm sorry, all you get from me is prayers and sorrow.
Yeah.
What
Was
I
that
will
Queen
say
Charlotte?
Come on,
from
Bridgerton.
from the take
Exactly.
from the show, what I will say is that I appreciate everybody for being who they were. You because they it's not they may although it may be coming off as faking it, this is truly who you are if this is what you chose to do. So that's just what that is.
And Althea, I got to give you another prop because as a hetero woman, you are still in the comments and in other people's chats telling everybody not to go off on Nova.
Yeah, no, because people going through it mentally. Like, it's no
Girl,
bigger
I
stuff
don't
going.
give a fuck. I'm
You
gonna
know,
read it. I'm gonna roast that cunt until I decide I don't want to no
you
more.
get what I'm saying. You can choose to do what you want to do, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. I'm not here to do that with her.
Girl, they say, be still, let the Lord fight your battles. I am your Lord, honey. I'm your savior, honey. Hello,
Lord
God.
Jesus.
Hello, God. Give us thine daily bread, honey. Period. Girl,
Thy
since I
Uh,
daily
can't use this,
read, honey.
since this booty hole's on bed rest, I might as well channel my anger somewhere else. Hello.
Oh my
You was
goodness.
doing that when that booty hole was working just fine, bitch. So
Yeah,
don't
that's
blame it on the
true.
baby.
That's true. Healthy booty hole or not, honey. We still gonna talk our shit, bitch.
Let me ask you
Period.
this, Althea. What is there anything about this experience that you would change if you had a second go around? Like, okay, let's just say, first of all, let me ask you this. If the opportunity was presented, would you come back for another season? And if so, what would you do differently, if
I,
anything?
I literally asked myself that earlier when I had went to rehearsal. Like, would I do this again? And truthfully, I don't know. I guess it just all depends where I am once the season rolls around again and the opportunity lands.
Mm-hmm.
I guess whatever space I'm in, because I'm not saying that I'm currently in the space that I was in during the show, because I am not. But however, okay, 1 second, baby. However,
Girl, please tell the truth, girl. We saw you in that car. I grew up with women, girl. Let
Oh,
me
I'm
tell you,
watching you live, girl. All of the Jordans, girl. We know you
tax
living
season
life,
hit,
girl.
bitch. Tax
we
season hit, girl. She
I
got
have
that
gotten a
dependent.
job since then. We
Girl,
are
tax
cool.
season hit, girl. Everybody know the kids get new shoes when the taxes hit. I know that's right.
Oh yes, yes, yes. That the settlement check. That's a whole bunch of shit I done got.
Period.
God gave me a lot of
Settlement.
money.
Period.
Yes, I'm chilling. I'm
Did
not.
we sue Nova in her lips and win?
Oh
oh
no,
my God.
no, no, no.
Baby, she said settlement. That means she got money back. If she would have sued Nova, what would she have gotten?
Oh, well,
Exactly.
that's true, girl. We don't want the remnants of that cock-ridden mouth.
Right.
Would I do it again? I would love to, but it just depends on where everything
And
is.
what would you do differently?
What would I
Or
do differently?
what would you have done differently this season? Should I ask?
I feel like I don't know. I feel like God was using me, so I
It
feel like I was
was.
doing exactly what I was supposed to be
You
doing.
were. You were. You were.
I think this is the
I
conversation
have
that needs to be had. So now we having it. And the bridge ain't, but it's not like the bridge is burnt. We having a conversation and y'all able to talk to me, a cisgender woman, and y'all being of the community, and we are sitting here talking on common ground in agreement to some sort. So like,
That's how it
I feel like
should be. We should
it's
all be
happening.
able
So
to
it's happening. You
coexist.
know, it's
so.
We
happening.
need to
Even though it didn't
coexist.
happen on the show, it's happening. You know, so it's doing what it's supposed to do, whether we like it or dislike it.
I think you also
Alfie,
needed to learn. I think you needed to learn and pick up.
Yes,
So moving forward, you know the trigger. So when they coming at you, you could just
yes,
smile and be like, "Not today, bitch." Like,
absolutely,
girl, not today. I see what you're doing.
absolutely.
Well,
so
YB,
Try to walk away.
yeah.
YB,
Yeah.
I got a question. So,
Mhm.
according to Dominique standards, a hetero woman is a gay culture vulture. So, would that mean I'm a gay culture vulture too?
He let me again. I love
I don't think
Dominique,
we
but a
understand the
lot, but a lot.
definition of a culture vulture.
Well, that's what I was about to say. I really do. Again, I stress this, and I'm not trying to be mean when I say this. A lot of these girls don't know the definitions of there, and there, let alone hello God. Let's just tell the truth. It's just, the girls use words and they don't know the word. That is
Yeah.
not what a culture about. The same way the girls, they misconstrued what Alfie was saying with Baby Daddy. That's not being gay for pay. That's gay baiting. Now, if he's selling himself, that's a different story, but you're gay baiting by selling pictures only. So a lot of the girls don't know the terms. They don't know what these words mean. They
No.
just be talking. They let the liquor lead the way.
Kim Kardashian
Uh,
is a culture vulture.
I do want to ask this question on Althea. So while you're sitting down to the lemon squeeze and you are standing up for truth and justice, you're hearing you weren't there for the whole conversation. So watching the episode and seeing that scene, everything from the conversation she had with Noelle and her shitting on trans girls and calling them bricks after they've died and gone to glory. Her saying that she is a red bone and that's why she does not like you hetero cis bitches. What did you take away from that?
She has a problem with women.
Mm, girl.
Yes.
She got a problem with
It's
women.
not you.
It
You were
really
just a
stems back to
symbol.
her mama. Yeah, I was on the live with her and she was explaining how her mama rejected her at a young age or whatever. So I think that's where it come from.
Oh, so I was right in my assumptions then. Okay.
Yeah.
It represents
Okay.
Althea, you just represents all women that have done her wrong.
Yeah.
And she
Exactly
just
that. And I love my baby. I'm always talking about him, so that probably irritated her too.
Now, knowing now that you've been getting a lot of backlash, girl, and in a lot of ways, I kind of agree with a little bit of it because it was not your business to tell as it relates to your baby daddy and you telling his business. Now, I do
Well, I
understand that
don't feel
that
like
was
that.
considered a private moment. It was Nova who actually made it public by thinking she was having a
yes.
moment in time with the girls. Has your baby daddy gotten any negativity because of this? Have you faced his wrath because of this situation at all?
No, no. In the reference to talking about everybody saying that it's not my business to tell. I was in a relationship with this man when it happened to me. So at the end of the day, it's part of my story. It's just a piece, so I can talk about it. I'm not embarrassed of it. I'm not ashamed of it. It is what it is.
And also in your defense, we all be kikiing. When we talk about
Like
family
even if
business
you at
or
a
celebrity
barbershop
gossip, we
or a
all
beauty
kiki.
salon, y'all always telling y'all business. People do it all the time. Talk, saying
It was it
they
was
got no
nowhere else
business.
to keep. Nobody else went back and said anything. I mean, it was Nova's
Period.
to keep. Nobody else went back and
Period.
said shit.
Exactly that. When you
Like
in the
you
beauty
said in
salon, they
this
do.
episode, and like you said in this episode, it was your story to tell, but because she told it how she wanted to tell it, that's probably why everybody is on her side because she told your story how she wanted to tell it.
And then said it wrong.
Exactly.
Is your baby daddy aware of all of this or
Yeah, I
not?
told him. Didn't feel me.
What was his response to you,
He said,
if you
"Them
don't
bitch,
mind sharing?
them motherfuckers don't know me." That's what he said.
Period.
Hmm. Where are you at with him now, if you don't mind me asking? You are co-parenting, y'all good?
Co-parenting.
Okay, he's stepping the fuck up and doing what he got to do.
Right now, he handling some personal business, which is
Okay,
technically stepping up doing what the fuck he supposed to do, so he can handle.
okay,
Yeah.
all right. Congratulations. I know that's right.
Okay.
I
Thank
hope
you.
that at least this part you could share with him as well. It minus on me being gay, take that out of the equation. Like I just had a whole breakdown the other day because like I'm sitting around looking at all these people with mothers and fathers,
Mm,
and I'm realizing I never had that.
yeah.
And I grew up in foster care, and I had a lot of shit happen to me. The
Oh, my
importance
child's
of
father did too.
oh, for
He grew
real,
up in group home and foster care. Yeah.
where you up there from? He from Georgia?
Yeah.
Girl, I might know him. Not in that way. Not in that way. I used to do a lot of when I lived out there. I actually did a bit of outreach with a lot of foster kids in DeKalb County and Fulton County. So anyway, but I'm old, bitch, so I probably don't even know him. So, but I
No,
just
you
want him
did.
to understand too. Like I know that y'all be trying to navigate relationships and stuff like that, and if y'all work out, don't work out, these men need to understand that it's not about that. It's about the child and what their life is going to look like, how they're going to look at themselves, how a family dynamic looks to them. There's a lot of trauma added to our community as Black people as a whole, not just gay, straight, whatever, just Black whole. If we don't have a strong structural type of bond relationship and dynamic with our parents, we see what that looks like in a lot of the kids, especially in Atlanta. When I lived there, the kids were terrorized, and they still terrorizing from what I heard. It's
Period.
because there's
Period.
no structure, there's no balance, there's no love, there's no representation of what that looks like and what it could be. So I just want him to understand, like, I know it's on some hood shit, you're doing what you got to do, but your son matters, your kids matter,
Yeah,
they
and
need you
he's
in
a,
your
like I was
life.
about to hone in on that. He is a son, so it's like, Mama, you can only do so much. You can love him, but all the nurture and love you can give him, but you can only go so far in teaching him how to be a man.
He need both of y'all.
He
Like there's
needs
a
both of
lot, a
y'all.
lot of strong niggas been raised by single mothers. I ain't gonna cap on that.
And
But
let
like
me extend it.
the
He not only
bonding,
needs both of y'all, he needs both of y'all healthy, like in a healthy dynamic. Even if y'all gonna choose not to be together, the interaction that he sees between the two of y'all needs to look healthy. Cause just y'all,
Exactly.
just both of y'all being in his life is cool, but it's not enough. Because if y'all are dysfunctional, he gonna still be fucked up. Still.
Exactly.
I'm praying
I,
for y'all. I'm
I
rooting for
agree.
y'all.
I absolutely agree with that. And one thing I can say is, yeah, I love my son's life because I feel like me and his father are beautiful people, and that
Yeah.
personal business I was telling y'all about, like him handling that, it is a step closer to this being a great co-parenting relationship. I
Yeah.
don't foresee a future because we've been there, we've done that, been there for a long time, and yeah. So I'm just happy. I'm happy. I feel like we are healing. We are actually progressing. We're not staying stagnant, just yelling at each other, bickering, being mad at each other, and all the extra. I don't want to do all that.
And how old is your baby, if you don't mind me asking?
He just turned 4, February 18th.
Oh, see, he was at a crucial point in his life where everything at this point was
Yeah.
going to matter from here on out.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And I think it's a good thing too. A lot of people think it's like a negative that we end up crossing over into each other's communities, but I think it's a good thing when you have parents with kids and then you're immersed in our community, because what you're going to do is, instead of that young man growing up being a toxic, gay hating, gay bashing ass nigga, he's gonna have respect for our community and
Yeah.
be able to bridge that gap of unity that we need, require, and desire.
And that's
True.
one
Um,
Yeah.
thing for me as a parent, that's big when it comes to Ishmael's life. It's important that he's in different perspectives, different
mhm.
around different demographics of people. Like I've been to a lot of states, and everybody operates different, but we all are human. So like I just feel like it's important for my son to see that because it'll help his character in the long run.
And it's
And it
important
builds
for
a
him to
level
see
of
these
comfortability.
nasty ass, raggedy ass
Yeah,
gay. It's good for him to see these nasty ass, raggedy gays, the ones to stay away from, but not the ones to make him think that we're all
hate
the
them.
same, or
Yeah,
because we're
That's what I
not
meant
all the
about
same.
comfortability. Once he's comfortable around everybody, nobody's really frightening to him. So he's more
exactly.
open to getting to know them to
Well,
make
be
that discernment of,
mindful.
oh yeah, you're not
Be
a
And
gay
it'll
mindful.
make him
person.
Be
more focused
mindful
on
because
himself because
monsters
it's not
dwell in
him.
kindness too, bitch. So be mindful of
Hmm.
that too. A lot of these girls are predators and nasty
Yeah, they
bitches.
Oh
pretend to
So
baby,
be
that
until they
that
get
spiritual
it.
discernment gonna kick in and let him know,
period.
no, 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 no,
Yeah,
no.
it get
That
better.
Hmm.
I
that
changed
ain't
my
it.
Girl,
lifestyle, my life habits, the discernment to get stronger.
girl.
It
Next thing
will.
you, girl, you offer to drink down to the
And
club. Next
listen
thing
to
you,
your mother.
girl, you
Yeah.
right.
Ishmael, listen to your mother. My mama has told
Girl,
me a number of times that ain't your friend. That is not your friend.
I
I know y'all
swear.
having fun, but that's not your friend, baby.
I
And she was right
That,
swear.
every
that's
time.
everybody's
She
Every
was
mama.
right every
time.
fucking time.
Every
And
fucking
it came
time.
down to me, YB, as part of the Justice League. I told y'all about a certain somebody I would never fuck with, and now look, none of y'all fuck with him.
Mm-mm.
child, you
Mm-mm.
gotta walk
That's
in
everybody's
discernment,
mama.
but
Okay.
give everybody a chance as much as you can
Yeah.
until they show you otherwise. But two things I would like to say. I don't know what kind of time you got, and I know I don't have a lot of time on here either. I do want to just give you two things, and I know you didn't come up here to be preached to and all that other shit, because girl, we all go through life. But it's always in my spirit to leave people with things, especially kindreds that I know who have experienced struggle and strife as well. Two things. I know that you're developing and minding and doing what you got to do in this life. But please, baby, protect your energy, protect yourself. I love the fact that you're so open to learning and doing what you got to do in this life, and you're open to receive. And that's why I feel comfortable telling you this. People in general, it don't matter if gays or anybody, they're not to be trusted, especially in the city of Atlanta. These girls cannot, no one in life can be trusted. Even your best of friends, more than likely, cannot be trusted. You have to always walk into situations with your guard up, not in a bad way, not to deflect anything, not to be nasty or mean or rude, but to just analyze and sit back and observe. That way, you are developing that discernment to decide who is worthy of the information you're about to tell them,
Yeah.
because people will weaponize everything against you when it's convenient for them. And again, the only real reason I'm happy, even though this season is a little bit toxic because of that trash, it's alert. It's I sit back and I'm an observer, and people expose themselves for who they really are in the heat of battle. And
Absolutely.
this lets me know who a lot of people are in these moments. More so, the gratefulness that you're still extending other people, even though they have wronged you. So I'm glad that you have that character and that level of integrity and spirit about yourself, because you
Thank
haven't
you.
totally, went off. And I do want to tell people this too, even though the email may have been egregious and you may have said some things. I've said this before. I think when the email was first discussed, I don't really give a fuck about that, because when we're in the heat of battle and we're fighting, I'm sorry, y'all, trans, gays, lesbians, androgynous. The first thing people are gonna do when you make them mad is they're gonna go for the low hanging fruit, which is calling you out about your transness or lack thereof, or
But I
your
didn't. Not in the
or this
email.
or that or this or that. Like, even if you didn't, I'm just having that conversation overall. People are gonna go for your looks. People are gonna go for it. They're gonna the goal is to eviscerate you from this experience when getting you together. That's
Yeah.
the first thing people go to. Even Nova, as people try to defend against you, we have to speak on Nova. You got mad at Tony and called her a tranny. That is offensive to your
Hmm.
sister in tranny
And you
Christ,
know that
bitch.
being a trans woman.
Exactly. So as people try to come for you, again, I need those same people to reflect on themselves and their own behavior and call themselves out for the hypocrites that they really are. And before we
Exactly.
start, throwing these stones in the glass house, remember it will shatter onto your ass too if you're not living holy and truly like you trying to tell everybody else to do. So,
Exactly.
and one more thing, I really hope you're leaning into the modeling. You
Yeah,
have a gift. You have a gift there, baby, and you shine in that
I feel
aspect.
you know how I feel, girl. You
yeah.
already know how I feel.
Walk in that. Walk in your gift. Atlanta is a
She
great
is
place for
going.
that.
I think she would have gave Top Model a run for their fucking money, bitch.
I would
Girl,
have.
no, they would have
I
gave
think
her
she
a
I
run for her
wish
money, bitch. They weren't paying the girls.
they
she would have been
wasn't.
one. She would have been the ones that make it. I'm telling
Girl,
you,
they
she would
would
have
have
been
had
one of
you
them
out there
ones.
struggling, girl, like these other top models. No, ma'am.
Yeah.
Miss Tyra would have
I
told you
heard
to,
Tyra said cycle 26 is coming. So
I
that's
might
girl.
be
somewhere
if
good.
I ain't old. If I ain't old,
Well, do your thing, baby, and I just make conscious decisions moving forward. Again, you're
absolutely,
living a life not just for yourself, but for your child. But if the mother is not healthy and happy, the child will not be healthy and happy. The same
absolutely.
thing for the father. So protect your peace, your energy, make decisive, decisions moving forward in your life. I will say this: I have a thought process, but I'm not going to beat the dead horse. Like this show is a free platform. Is there anything that you feel like you can get from this that will give you some reciprocation, whether by compensation or being
Damn, we
noticed
on
by
the same
somebody?
wavelength, Bobby. Damn.
Like, cause
I
you
have
have a
I was
been.
just
lot
about to
going
say that.
on. You have a lot going on in your life, and to put yourself on this free platform, I just want to know that mindset, or was there an
Yeah, so
expectation?
since the show has dropped, I have done a lot of collaborations. I've actually collaborated with a nonprofit, the alopecia nonprofit. That's where you see me wear the green dress, where Jay Moore reached out the premiere dress for me, and then I had
Okay.
the photo shoot with the wig. That was through the show. They saw me on the show. And then I have a studio session coming up with a producer, and it's just I've been compensated monetarily by some of the fans in regards to me and my, so it's lucrative for me. I don't know how it's working out for everybody else. Just
Hmm.
Yeah,
appreciative.
it's working
So,
out for me too.
just
My
to be
screen gonna
So
sound
for
clear,
like
me,
this a little bit. I
instead
ain't
of a
gonna hold you.
question, I was gonna give you a suggestion. I said it in my review, but I'll repeat it.
well, just real
Increase
quick, I
your
just want to
online
clear.
presence.
I just want to clear this up just real quick. I'm sorry. You have alopecia?
No, no, no. I don't have alopecia. They just
Oh,
reached
okay,
out to
okay,
me
okay.
to
Okay,
sing at
okay.
the on the platform.
Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Kat. I apologize.
Okay. Um, Um, yeah. Increase your online presence. That's what I was gonna say. Like you have a very likable personality. So TikTok, Instagram. I love that you went live the other day. Like, just increase your presence. Like, don't go radio silent after this. I know you have things in the background working, and you probably making your money, but you still need to be visible as a brand to us. So
Yeah,
that way we can continue to invest in you.
I'm excited about April. You guys will have Letter to My Son. It'll be dropped on all platforms. It is free for you to stream it. I'll get my royalties on the back end. I'll have the Letter to My Son merchandise dropping as well. All of this will be before the reunion, so it'll be promoted during the
Yeah,
show.
that's
And
right.
then the music video has already been shot for Letter to My Son, so that'll be dropping before the reunion as well.
Okay.
That's
Hmm
cute.
That's
Okay,
it.
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I
that's
Barbie,
know
it.
that's right.
can I say something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the lemon squeeze that was supposed to be hosted by Noel, he was supposed to be the moderator, right? There was no moderation going on in that whole little thing. And another thing, Tony was not running the girls because if she couldn't fix herself to check Nova in the disrespectful moments, then yeah, no, she's not running anything.
Baby, we knew that Neek wasn't running the show when he grabbed the lemon and got messy and was like, "Oh, was that a diss song to Ramel?" Like,
Yeah,
if you
that was a reach.
if you trying to moderate, why you being messy and asking questions like that? What's wrong?
I think the bigger question is why do you ask? No, why do you bring up a possible diss track after I just made up with this man?
As
Exactly.
if you were supposed to be going in the studio and have the song arranged in within 24 hours.
Well, that was literally like when we got into it. That was the next day was the my listening
Exactly.
party. So it was like I had a whole. I left y'all at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I went to the studio and mixed and mastered that.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
just,
Not
no.
I
just
just,
mixed. You wrote, recorded, mixed, and mastered.
And you
yeah.
care.
Exactly.
You
But
have
if
to
you
care
actually
too
listen to the
that
song,
much.
it has no bearing on anything that I had going on
That
with Noel
that
or
just
anybody on this cast.
mm-mm.
Now, if y'all
I
want to
didn't like
listen real
that.
closely, you'll know who I'm talking about.
Hmm.
And then
Now,
another
Althea, they say the girls are saying that you coming late to events because you uncomfortable. Is that true?
Child, they reached there too. I what about all the other? What about the events that I didn't come late to?
Alfea
And
True.
lives
that I
in
didn't show
Douglasville.
up
It's far
at?
as hell. That's why
I
she
live
was
in
late.
Douglas. Yeah. I was comfortable. It's them that's not comfortable. I was chilling. I was eating food. Like if I could eat that much food at your house, I gotta be comfortable. I'm chilling.
We can tell that you were comfortable and that you
I'm
were
bringing
vibing and getting to know everybody.
even at Tony Ball when I'm out when y'all see me outside in that leather shorts, that zebra stripe shirt, I'm over here leaning and shit. I'm drunk as hell. I'm getting drunk around y'all. I'm obviously comfortable. Y'all just trying to make it seem like something so y'all can cover up and save face. I don't appreciate that.
I
Stop
know
trying
you
to
was.
make me look like
From
this
the
bad girl.
start, you was comfortable because when you first walked up, when you were
Yes.
first introduced to the show, I was like, "Damn, who is this girl just walking up to these people?" Like,
oh,
All jolly and shit, smiling.
yes, like I didn't
and
know
like
what
I
was going
said it,
on.
I said it in the chat for this episode. It was like if she felt uncomfortable, y'all made her feel that way.
Hmm. It started making me feel uncomfortable. Even though I wasn't hearing the conversations, I started feeling like conversations were had around me. I mean, about me when I wasn't around.
Of course they were, because when Nova exposed the fact that Dominique gave you gas money,
Oh yeah,
like,
I was like,
Boom,
oh
boom.
shit.
Because
And that's another
how would she
reason
know
why.
that?
And that's so crazy because I didn't even hear that comment. However, when we was at the lemon squeeze and I was sitting at the table, I was the one who initiated the conversation about Chuck E. Cheese, if y'all remember. And I had only said that because I didn't want him to throw it in my face, just to find out that he was already doing that with this
hmm.
bitch.
And another thing, Sammy, you slick, slide, cute heifer. You, your cuteness. I feel like because everybody thinks that he's cute, it's going over everybody's head that he's messy AF.
Oh, I'm starting to see. Oh, I'm just waiting. Like I said earlier in my
No, no,
review,
no, no, no.
I'm
Gabby,
wait.
I want you to expound, honey.
I'm
Expound on that, Miss Gabby.
sitting. I'm sitting back and I'm observing before I truly read him, like I did Dominique earlier for his fence hopping ass. And I'm just like, girl, like you need to be. Don't be looked at that way, because again, y'all can say it's a show and it's edited and all this other shit, but when y'all out here looking like you playing the field, like, I don't. Let me just. I just want to be very blunt and very clear. I don't give a fuck if I know you like that. You could be my best friend. Actually, we could be twins, bitch. Same mother, same father, born at the same time. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Period.
True.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who stands up on and stands on the, I'm gonna die on this hill. If you're dying on the hill with Nova and her lips and those bad lifted wigs, bitch, that lets me know all I need to know about who you really are in this life.
Mm-hmm.
And it don't matter
Exactly.
if you like the girl or not. You stand
Exactly.
up for truth and you speak through the justice of it all by letting them know, hey, you know, not just so like even Tony, oh well, she knows she wrong, but then in the same breath, you let this old wig whore sit here with her Kermit the Frog built ass talking about trans women who done died, who look like fucking bricks, and that she's the done daughter of the divas of the trans world.
And
Girl, why are y'all letting this bitch? And I know I'm getting
I
mad all
want
over
to
again, but it's the
piggyback. I
truth
want to
though.
piggyback off of that because after viewing the show, it's starting to look like a whole bunch of I'm sticking around and hanging with this person because of the status, the quota, what they can do for me, how I can network with them, and the rooms they can help me open. Like it's giving a lot of just piggybacking because you want to be with this person because of
baby,
what
you
they can
ain't
offer you.
lying.
That's what
And
it's giving.
When
King
you
is
mentioned the
gonna
tranny
act like
comment,
that
it dawned on
forever.
me that Tony never addressed it.
I don't care
No,
if
she
you
don't address
ugly
nothing.
or if you the best looking person in the room. I hang out with people due to their character. I don't have no friends for real. Like I be with my mom and my sisters. I don't really go out unless it's for a show. So like I don't it's hard for me to be around people and they just got fucked up spirits.
Ken is
Oh,
gonna learn that
girl.
lesson real. He gonna learn that lesson faster than we know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of them are hanging around with Ken because of what he brings.
Ken a good person. But I think in the beginning that's probably what it was, yeah.
Well, but yeah. So, Kat, you wanted me to expound on what? Oh, where'd they go? Uh-oh. What's going on?
Cat, cat, can y'all hear me?
I hear you.
Oh,
I can
okay.
hear you.
Shit. Wow. I guess that we
I think
all.
he got out so he can get back on. But I'm out of here.
Well, I appreciate you, boo. Is there anything that you would like to, speak on? Maybe, something you wanted to say, talk about?
Go stream, let it go, stream just for stream off is music, period. Continue supporting me. You guys can vote for me. I have been nominated for an award and requesting at the award show. So just go to my page on Instagram, ALFEEYAA. So you guys can do that for me. And yeah, I love y'all. Continue to be beautiful, continue to progress, and get this money. It's a hard world. We in a war right now. Little do
Are
you
you
know.
ready for the reunion?
Oh, I'm about to shit on these bitches. I can't wait. I'm gonna look so great, it's gonna piss them off even more.
Oh, and one more thing. I just wanted to give you an opportunity. Even myself, because I have also equally as I praise you, I have also had to get you together too and read you. I'm sure you've probably I see you comment and you visit a lot of the other reviewers and their platforms. Would you is has there been things that you've heard said about you that you feel you want to address? You don't have to if you don't want to or if you don't give a fuck.
No, I think in the beginning that Harviana, you, Chloe, and you guys just had a lot to say, a perspective of my child's father. Y'all, like Chloe kept saying that he was fucking Nova and that he probably know my baby daddy, and it was just a bunch of guesses. But I get it was because y'all haven't seen the show in its entirety, so it will be immature of me to take what y'all was saying to heart when you didn't have the whole story in context. So yeah, I don't care. I don't mind. You just
Yeah,
say
I
girl.
don't know how the fuck I be a bad girl. I prove it to you every time.
No, I do agree with that
Be
because like
there
that
to
and that's one
you.
of the things that was
I
pissing me off a long time
had to
ago.
miss you. I won't
What is
commit.
that?
No, not having it, but at least I can admit that I be bad
Baby,
enough
baby,
to
baby,
you.
baby.
Oh my God, is that me?
Yes.
Girl, now all this time I've been
You,
waiting on
bitch,
y'all to add
you.
me, girl. I'm sorry, yo.
And you
Go
been
ahead.
at it, baby. I thought you saw
I've
yourself
been
on the
adding.
screen.
Yeah, I'm up
Go
in here
ahead.
cooking and cleaning and listening. And I wanted to come and say hey to Althea.
Hey.
I'm I'm also what they say cis woman that is my brother calls me a fag hag. But I do support the community.
Turn your music down a little bit, baby.
Hold on, actually let me step outside because I have guests too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't want to get copyrighted, girl. Girl, I put a bunch of ads on this video. I know y'all mad at me, girl, but I already knew it was gonna be fire, so I don't get this money, bitch.
I didn't know that you could do ads while the thing is still going, like during the live stream.
It's
I
a
was like,
new
what the fuck
it's
is
it's a
wrong with
new
this?
feature that StreamYard added. I'm really appreciative because now you don't have now I can make money while live. Before I used to wait till the live was over and then put it to monetization and wait for them to decide their shit. So I
Okay.
love that now. And you can decide how much you want. You could do balance. You can do if you want to balance, you know, ad space. If you want a lot. And this is the first video I ever put a lot on. So if y'all stressed out because of the ads, whatever, girl. Gotta get this coin, bitch. Period. I'm trying to get to Houston. Girl, we trying to get to Houston, girl. Come on now. Shit, ain't no Greyhound over here, girl. We taking a plane, bitch. Period.
Well, if I was you, I would go to the airport now.
Oh,
No, for
actually, you
real.
know what I thought about, girl?
Ooh.
I might have to get a motorcycle, bitch, or a horse. You can meet me by sailboat. Come on, girl. Girl, I don't care how you get there. Get there if you can, girl. But we ain't gonna be like Dre Simba, girl. We don't do Greyhounds over here, bitch. That is not happening,
Backpack,
girl.
backpack.
I might as well get on the back of Dumbo, bitch, and fly by elephant, girl. I'll get there quicker, girl. We don't have time for that. Girl, the last time I was on a Greyhound, I was 18 on my way to Georgia. There was 18 hours of foolishness being next to drugged up white trade girl who kept, girl, that was a very uncomfortable feeling.
I know. And he was drunk.
Girl, he
Oh,
was drunk and drooling.
Mm-mm.
Drunk and
Oh, he was
drooling.
asleep, child.
Girl, if he was fine, I would have sucked him, but he was ugly as a motherfucker.
Mm.
He was just a hot
Oh,
mess. Cause I could tell he was trying to make the moves. I was like, "Nah, girl, it ain't gonna work out. You got too much pizza face for me, girl, and
Oh,
you smell like methamphetamines, bitch. I don't have time. No,
I got the
God, honey.
bag.
Yeah, it was giving crispy Kringle lips, girl. I don't have time for that, girl. No, God. But
So, Kat, what did you expound on?
Oh, Sammy.
oh,
Sammy, girl. In the words of T.S. Madison, let's go deeper.
When I say that he's cute and it's going over everybody's head, I feel like that is exactly what it is. Like everybody said, like in the beginning, it was like, "Oh, he's cute," but y'all not paying attention to him and his messiness.
Mm.
He's
I think in his attempt to be a people pleaser and to actually like be the one who enjoys everyone, he's sacrificing a little bit of his realism and integrity when it comes to that,
Right.
because
His
you end up
loyalty.
being a fence hopper. And like I'm not even like Tremel, and I don't know if he's still here. No, he not. I know they talked about Tremel and Carl. Oh, we already knew Sammy before we came into this, but then you have Sammy and she talking about something. Well, I know y'all, but I don't know y'all, but I'm trying to get to know everybody. And it's just like you can still do that, but be real and authentic as you show up. It's okay to tell your new friend that they're wrong how they feel about the person you actually know. Because I'm sorry, if I know Carl, right, I'm gonna sit there and then you got a beef with him, and I'm just getting to know you too. And be like, hey, give him a chance. Y'all might actually have more in common. Like, are you playing that kind of real role that I think anybody in that position in real life would play as well? If you're not
Mhm.
doing that, that's why you come off as insincere and disingenuous and fakiana a little bit, because like, okay, girl, you're giving us fence hopper vibes, but you're not holding your friends to the fire too. And then, like Tremel said earlier on here, you didn't tell us that the gay culture vulture, and that to me was one of the most prominent things that came out of Dominique's mouth about Althea. So you
Mm.
left that out purposefully because you're trying not to create something. But you got to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God, honey, because the girls are going to find out later and they're going to think about you the same way we think about you now in this moment.
Either that or you didn't disagree.
It was
Oh,
him. It was him defending Dominique and his actions and Nova's actions while trying to condemn Althea for feeling the way that she felt all at the same time.
I will agree because his version of I was anxious too. I had to break that down because baby, it don't compare. You still have commonality with these girls.
and you got
Like
dicks. Y'all need to like you said in your review too, and I said the same thing in mine. Like y'all are men. It's different. That gay shit. That I don't care how feminine you are, how many times you break your wrist, girl. I don't care about how clean your douche bottle is after 2 strokes. I don't care about none of that. What I care about is there is I don't care how many times I've been folded like a pretzel, girl, and how many times Trade has made me sound like a girl. I am a man. Like, period. Even Tony admitted when the girls were laid down to the Q's party, girl, I gotta untuck these nuts, bitch, and breathe, bitch. At some point, we have to acknowledge it's not the same. So trying to equate that shows your ignorance and the fact that you think that there's a comparison there when there is not. That's delusion, and that's being uneducated, and that's being willfully stupid.
Just like when the
also
whole
the like I said, the commonality. Not only are you all men, you all are gay. This is the heterosexual woman. Like she don't fit in any of these boxes. She's not in the spectrum on the spectrum at all. So it's like, yeah, you don't expect her to feel like an outsider when it's already blatantly obvious that she is. So
exactly.
go the extra mile to make her feel welcome because you know she's an outsider.
Mm.
Mhm.
You gotta almost
And
be like those white people who try to go out their way to be like, I love black people. And they really do, but they be
I
making you
slick
uncomfortable
started.
because they so nice.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. I slick started feeling like they was getting uncomfortable with me because I wouldn't conform to their ideology of what I should be acting like, and the apologies they felt like I owed Nova. Like I just, yeah. Mm-mm.
But she couldn't even address, like, even if she wasn't gonna give you an apology, she could even say, "Well, I may have misunderstood the BV comment and may have taken a little too far. Like, for that, my bad." Like she
Mm-hmm.
was so built for it, tough in her pride that she couldn't even acknowledge that. Yet she wanted to apologize to Noel about something that he didn't even know was going on.
Uh-huh.
right.
I seen that.
Noel
And
was
my
like,
whole
"What?
thing
We got
about
an issue?" Like,
and my whole thing about the bacteria vaginosis, it's in its name, crazy. Like, and Althea
Hmm.
didn't say it like, girl, that's because you don't have one. She was like, it's for ladies. Because what the it's
I was
in
How
the
being
else
damn
would you
polite about
explain
it.
it? How else would you explain that to a trans woman?
And you shoot me off first and said that we ain't got to worry about that. That's our fear thing. And I addressed it and agreed with you. And now I'm the problem. What the
right.
hell?
But my thing is this though too, and I said this when all of that happened in the beginning. My issue is this: a lot of us gays, especially the trans girls, I would think that your emulation comes from your bond and relationship with women. I grew up with a bunch of women. I before I even knew what puberty was, I knew about periods. I knew about the menstrual
yep,
cycle. Before I even knew
yep.
about my own self, I was made aware early because I was surrounded by nothing but women. Most of the gays, especially of the feminine nature, are always around women, whether it's a friend, whether it's an auntie, whether it's someone in the family, a friend of the family, homegirl. You are aware of these things. So my
Right.
thing is bacterial vaginosis, the BV is something that I think I learned before I learned about STDs, before I even learned about anything else, because I'm around women who were going through things in their life, whether it's pH balance dysfunction, girl, whether it's all kinds of menstrual cycle. Shit, I think I even knew about abortions and the process of babies and pregnancy and trimesters and all this other shit before. I think I actually knew because I took care of my nephew when he was like 2 years old, right? When I lived in Georgia. It came naturally to someone who was never around babies like that. Because I was around women so much, I feel like I picked up on these things. So the fact that I'm
Hmm.
sitting in a room with a bunch of gays who are old as fuck, sitting around here at what BB, BV, BV. First of all, it's not an STD, you dumb bitches. Second of all, it is something that is a natural occurrence when things are off balance in women, and men
It's the
get it.
yeast
Not they don't
infection.
get
Wow, I
BV,
was so
but there
surprised people
is a
didn't know that. Like, y'all don't know what that is.
it again. We're talking about people who think that girl. These are people who want to write children's books, girl. Talk with their illiterate asses. They don't know shit, girl. Bye. Anyway, I'm over it. But I just wanted to make that statement because I'm just the gays. It's so convenient now. It's we're against the women, we're against the girls, we're against this, we're against that. But in real life, in real time, if it was not for a woman, would you have been comfortable to be who you are? If it was not for the collective groups of women who gave you a safe space, whether they ended up treating you like a fag hag or not, or a Prada bag standing on a wall, bitch. Nonetheless, you were provided a space of safety and comfort and refuge, girl, to express and
I'll
to be
take it
who
a
the
step
hell you
further.
are.
We were not only provided the space and safety and all of that, black women are the blueprints to the fabulousness that is a gay man.
Period.
We took that and we
Period.
just added our sauce to it, but the basis of what we do, that's why everything is girl. My remote is let my remote stop working. I'm gonna be like, girl, you finna piss me off. Like everything is girl. Like
And even
women
with
are the
they were
root of the
being
gay
mad at
culture.
Althea for calling him girl, let me tell y'all something. Girl, y'all are girls. All of y'all are women's girl. Y'all around here prancing around in women's clothing from Sheen.com and no and Fashion Nova, bitch. Women's section, clearance rack down to the Ross girl. You girls are girls. And you got other punks in your community that don't even know you well enough that you allow call you girls. You're looking for a problem. You're looking for an issue, and that's where I have an issue. None of this stuff is meaningful, valuable to come at the girl with. All of it is
Right.
minuscule, it's little. You would allow a stranger to disrespect you, hello God, but this girl who's in your atmosphere, in your cast, where you should be building and taking the time to at least educate. If you feel the girl don't know shit, she's ignorant to the T, this is your opportunity. Instead of trying to create issues where there should not be none, these are educational moments for all. But why am I surprised when we're dealing with the kind of mindsets that are of Muppet babies? Girl,
But
bye.
we just saw how the girls react to education in the kitchen.
Girl, it's true.
So why would they then try to extend that education? But even a step further, soft tops. Do y'all know that soft tops refer to themselves as blouses now?
Oh, I had no idea.
No, I did not.
And I don't
I
ever want to
I
meet
was
a.
watching a video online. The boy was like, I'm a blouse. I don't do that. And the person who
Yeah.
was interviewing him was like, a blouse. He was like, I'm a soft top.
I don't believe in soft tops, babe. You got to be a hard, dominant man, honey, to even get my attention. Girl,
Why
you
you
just
think Noel had me so shook and confused? When Sister Girl walked up in that pub and he was like, "That got my baby," and I'm like, "Where? Behind that woman?"
child.
Somebody said in the comments of that episode, they was like, "It's two kissing lesbians."
I said it in my review. I was like, I didn't know that Noelle was a lesbian. Like, I had no clue. Like,
Child, we just want to tell the truth. The trade is non-existent anymore. A lot of the tops are dating tops now. I see that's a conversation that's happened in our community. Femininity has, in my humble opinion, even though I'm very feminine, I love femininity so much. It's a bore in the community because it's everywhere. People want difference. People want something that is different. And I think the issue here is that since that's the prevalent thing, then a lot of the girls that are loud and proud can't be trusted. And a lot of guys don't like a talking ass bitch or a raggedy
mm-mm,
bitch or someone who's always looking for a goddamn moment. So a lot of these girls have no choice but to bump pocketbooks with another whatever. So now you got a lot of used to be bottoms calling themselves soft fucking tops, bitch, because they've had to
I
settle
need a
with
new broom.
someone who was more queener than them.
Okay, let me leave.
That's
Oh,
just the truth,
I
girl.
got a comment. I got something to say.
Hmm.
When Meek was grooming Nova's dog, was it just me or did he call her dog a badass dog?
absolutely, he did.
I'm not even gonna lie, I wasn't paying attention to that scene because
Absolutely, he did. He was
girl,
like, he gave me a little bit of trouble, but he was all right. That's but you can tell because when Nick was holding the dog, that dog was like, "Bitch, put me down now."
so you came in an Uber because it's
About
established that you
the
have no
dog being
car.
around other dogs or something like that.
She don't socialize the dog, so the dog just be in the house. So he was like, socialize the dog, take the
That's
dog to
why
dogs
he
park and stuff
focused on eating her couch because he ain't got no life outside
at
of his
all.
house.
Poor baby.
It's
And
Poor-
listening to her Squidward voice the whole time probably would have drove him insane. Like, damn.
I just, I want the future to really be better. And it's unfortunate that I feel like every time we like move forward, I feel like we're knocked a few steps back because of moments like this. All this did, and because there's a lack of education and a genuine thought put into, okay, if we're going to bring up something controversial, right? How do we combat that with education and sense? There's none of that
Exactly.
happening. So this season has a damper on it because of that. So my thing is like with the Nova, I can already. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were like, "Oh, I love your in-depth interviews. Would you ever consider talking to Nova?" I said, "There's no reason for that." I said because she's already closer to 30, right? I believe anybody over the age of 25. Once you walk into 30's realm, you're kind of already who you're gonna be, minus other life things that'll happen to you that will require you to change. Mostly
Mhm,
mindset situations, right? And you
mhm.
become deeper in thought. The way that Nova shows up and how she reacts in these situations, even going as far as not wanting to take ownership and apologize where she has applied hurt to someone, right? When they're standing outside and she's talking about releasing the gay for pay shirt or whatever, or the diss track or whatever that is, I'm thinking to myself, so you're going to take this even a step further. You are a sick, twisted whore, and you have real issues that you need to figure the fuck out. And now I see why the rumor was that Althea was riding around town dressed in all black with the gack and the lat lunatics in the street. Got to keep the heat, girl, with her homegirl trying to jump your ass, bitch. Because like you do stuff like that, and instead of taking any type of ownership, you don't see the forest through the trees. You ain't trying to reflect on nothing. You're not trying to take any type of accountability. Those are the kind of people that's gonna have a hard life.
Yeah.
So
And
there's no reason to talk to that bitch. Even if Twan Dixon, I really wish Twan would have like watched this season and then handpicked y'all to do a therapy session with later. Because I don't think that even he in the moment can serve this justice because he's not going to be able to see the real issue,
or
especially as it
giving us
relates
an
to
all
Nova.
nasty piece of Imani Van Zap homage and like like an excerpt in the episode of what he thinks about before the episode ends. But I was gonna say in reference to that to take it a step further, the fish smells from the head down. So I think even beyond the melee that's being created in these scenes, as the creator, you know what you want. And if what you're seeing, what you're filming does not represent that, hold the fuck up. We're not doing that. Calm the fuck down, or y'all can go the fuck home. We're gonna calm down and we're gonna talk like adults. We're gonna get through this. But if
Well,
you looking at this shit and you like,
supposedly,
that's good TV. I mean, you're allowing this to happen because you're the head honcho. If y'all
well,
don't get this
come,
shit together, we're not doing it.
well, coming from other cast members, supposedly they've had sit downs with her and tried to ask her, like, "Are you sure this is the route that you want to go through?" And of course, she stood 10 toes down in it. And my whole thing is with Nova is like you are always so defensive, and from episode one, you've been coming at this girl,
For
and
no reason.
you decided to take the Erica Mena route, but every time you get on somebody's platform, and it's always all this hostility towards cisgender women. Like for me personally speaking, I don't give a damn who you are or who you trying to transition for. If you identify as a female, that's what you are going to be to me. If you identify as a man, that is what you are going to be to me. But for the blatant disrespect that this girl has shown Althea is mind boggling to me.
Very true. I can agree and echo those sentiments wholeheartedly. She has done nothing to receive the vitriol that she's received from her for no reason. I'm talking the modeling show, everything. You just got nothing but hate for this girl. And it was like you were waiting for a moment. Because, like I said, she wasn't the only person outside when Alfia dropped that tea, but she was the only person to run back and repeat it. Like you was waiting for a fucking moment. And that's horrible.
Hey
It
Nick, how are
wasn't even
you?
the whole group.
As
It
much
Hello,
just
as
I'm
they
doing
brought it
good.
said,
to the
I just
as
whole
had to
much
Hey,
as
group.
step
they
Nick.
out
said,
here.
wait, y'all gonna see y'all opinions might change if the episodes keep dropping. And I kept saying, I didn't do shit. I didn't do nothing to these motherfucking people.
Well,
Hey,
speaking of you do having done things, is it true that you have been, as Dominique claimed with his conversation with Nova,
Uh
that
huh.
you've been saying slurs?
No, I did not say a slur. Y'all seen the text message one
Oh,
time.
okay.
That was it. Like that was it.
who's got a premiere going on in the background, girl? Turn that down, please.
Oh, that's the TV. Hold on.
Yeah, because let
Okay.
Nick tell it. You do what do you say? Underhanded stuff.
How would he know if they're not talking?
Exactly.
Cause
Mm.
that I said that in my review. You talking about at the
Like,
little just kicking it. Oh, we need to have a conversation. So I'm going. I don't want to speak to. First of all, you said I don't want to speak on Althea, and then had a full conversation about Althea. So and then
you was
Exactly.
really just bad dick
and
messing.
then in that conversation you said, well, we're gonna have to talk. Okay, well, as an olive branch, the girl invited you and Nova to her performance, and both of y'all was like, fuck her, we're not
Hello,
going.
hello. But I'm the problem.
But I'm the problem.
Mm.
If I'm the problem and I remove myself, why do you still have problems?
I don't understand. I told you I felt started to feel like they wanted me to just go with their narrative and just go with it and just take it. Like no.
Either that or you came off to them as the easiest punching bag.
And outside easiest punching bag because probably because I was so confident and didn't give a fuck.
And so nice. You came off as
It was like, hold on.
blissfully ignorant. Like
They
they
was
was like,
like,
oh,
hold on.
she's aloof. Oh,
There's
okay.
no way
We can use
there's
this.
no way this bitch is this nice. Let's see if we can piss her off. Like,
And
no.
not to get off topic, but when it comes to this whole operation, let's separate Tramil and Carl, I feel like this past episode, it had been in full effect.
Mm.
I want to say, I want to pause
If you
real quick.
purchase
I
the ticket,
apologize. I apologize real quick. I just want to have a statement.
mm,
At Rabdom Talk, honey, I've been noticing you for a little minute now. I don't know who you are. I'm sure you're Nova Eubanks on her lips. And thank you for not just hovering in the ether, but you're in the chat. I don't know who you are. If you're a sympathizer for foolishness and toxicity, God bless you, baby. But you are tagging, so I know you're a cast member, and so it's probably Nova, and that's perfectly fine, baby. Click the fucking link, bitch. Okay, click the link. You want to say what you want
Let's
to say? Click.
talk.
Be a real bitch and click
Let's
the link.
talk.
it's
Okay.
me. I win. You I'm just
Period.
kidding. I'm just kidding. See,
Lord.
people don't work. The devil got to understand. Every time he battle God, he gonna lose. But every time he keep trying. See, so he just used different vessels. It's
And this is Holy
unfortunate.
Week, girl, so you might want to tread carefully, Miss Nova. This is Holy Week.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know
Dominic,
PPV
click the link
live.
because you keep saying you paid for a
Who?
ticket. That didn't help
We don't
me.
know who that is at all.
You paying for a ticket, Dominic? That don't help me. That went the tributes went to the museum. It goes to fund the museum. So thank you for helping fund the museum. However, what would have helped me was your presence. So thank you.
Child, I've been live for almost 3 hours, child.
Okay, 1 second, baby. I'm finna go lay down with you. Finna take a nap.
I'm sorry, Alfie. You could have been. I'm so sorry, honey. You are a mother, honey. You are. It's a Sunday
No,
evening,
everybody
honey.
done entered the chat now. I don't want to leave. Carl is here. Dominique is here. Nova is here. I want to see what the girls got to say now.
The girls are in the building,
They
honey.
are in the building, baby.
Speak now, or if I have a whole thine piece. Tell us
YD,
why.
you finna get paid, boo.
Girl, that's the hope and the dream. Oh, Dominique is here with us, honey. Let's
Be
meet
sure to like
Welcome.
and
the
subscribe
anchor
and like the
himself,
video.
honey.
Welcome.
What's up, Dominique? How you doing?
Hey, Dominique.
Bless how y'all. Y'all.
Oh,
It's a rough week,
girl.
but what's
It's
going
cracking a little
on?
bit, Dominique.
It was a rough week. It's Sunday,
Oh,
baby. It's over. It's behind us. That week is
well, I'm
behind us
trying to
now. We
let
are
it be
moving forward.
behind us, but you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Dominique, baby, just jumping right into it, honey, because you know I'm not a fake ass bitch. I got to keep it real, baby. So, I
Please
had
don't
to.
be. Come on.
Now, you know, I had to get you together earlier in this review. I don't know if you were here, if you heard, or whatever, girl, but I had to get you together in reference to this vitriol that you seem to have developed towards our girl Althea. What is going on there? Truthful honesty and transparency, please, sir. Because that way we can try to understand, because we love you. But when we see these moments
And I
of
love
you,
y'all.
and when you link up with, you know, these people with angry, bitter spirits, we are led to believe
Uh-huh.
that you think that way too, that's your belief system too. Please
Mm-hmm.
clear it up. Please do.
And also address the
No, no,
gas
no, no.
comment too.
The what comment?
The
The
gas
gas
money.
money.
We need to know.
Yes,
Comment.
girl.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so first and foremost, Nova. There has been many things that's happened this season where I have told Nova she's absolutely wrong, and I have also told her to leave Alfia alone. She's gonna do what she want to do. I learned it the hard way. I didn't know her until I met her, and I've learned she gonna do what the fuck she want to do. So that's that on that. And again, the whole gas money situation, I didn't bring that up. Nova brought it up,
But
and the
how did
reason
she
she
I,
knew
know?
that is because okay, I'm getting there. So she knew that because Alfia, once
I
she
will.
asked for the gas money, she asked in the group chat. So everybody in the group chat knew that I gave her gas money. And it wasn't to just throw it in her
Mm.
face. It was just everybody trying to make sure that everybody made it to the scene so we could make a show happen. So fast forward, once we got that email that Alfia sent out and they showed y'all that little snippet, it was way more than that. And it was very disrespectful to a lot of people.
Which part?
So um,
Because the email wasn't
I'm
bad.
not I'm not
I'm
gonna
going to
dig too
post the
deep
email.
into it, but
I'm gonna
I
post
will
it.
say the part where I mean if you want to post it, I mean I still
Yeah,
got
because
it.
it wasn't a bad.
But
It
it
wasn't
was the
bad.
part well, it was basically saying, you know, a lot about the platform and how the platform allows certain things to happen to you. And I just didn't agree with it because I mean, we all go through things on this show. And if you would just sit back and just allow somebody to just help you learn how to deal with all of this shit that's going on that's new to you, it would have been a lot easier. But
I didn't make it
again,
hard.
uh, um, yeah, you kind of did, sister, and I'm just being real with you. But I mean, we don't got to dig too deep
And
into
for you
it.
to say that productions, what I said about production bothered you, as if you are a part of. I don't understand
I
because
am
if that was the case, if you are a part of production, why didn't I talk to you when I apologized to production after production was the one who called me and explained to me
okay, but
that
that's
they had
why
no part.
it's
If you
not
are production, why you ain't call me
it
tell
it
me you had
it
no parts of this,
it
like
like I
Ondario did, like JP did.
because everybody has their positions, babe. And
Okay,
I'm
I
just a
just said that.
co-producer, and that wasn't my position. But again, in
Exactly.
that
So how we
email,
gonna
it was
treat it
that
if it's not your position?
okay. You won't let me get it out. You won't let me get it out. But we good. No disrespect on my end. But like I said, that email was very disrespectful to the platform, and you told them
Okay.
what they didn't do for you. And you also
Okay.
sent that email to more than just production. You sent it
Uh
to
huh.
everybody.
I said the to
including Justin Diego.
he was a part of
So
production during
no,
that
but
time,
you knew he was
babe.
gone though. But like I said, we'll
No, he
get
was
to
a
it at the
part of production
reunion.
during that time, babe. They were going through
No,
their
no, 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 no.
they were going through their debacle during the time that that shit happened to me. Thank you.
Okay, okay. Well, you're
So it was
welcome.
all happening at the same time. Everybody was included.
No,
Production.
it
He was a part
wasn't.
of
He
production,
was
babe.
gone.
Babe.
He left episode 3, and we're talking about episode
That
5 and 6.
what are no. No, absolutely
Okay,
not.
I was there.
They were still Dario and Justin were still in communication about whether or not they were going to continue
Being in
on together in that
communication
show.
and Justin
It
sending
doesn't
his
matter.
departure email.
It doesn't matter. If
It
I was in
matters because we're saying
if
if
you
he's
are
a part of
production,
production at the
if you are
time. If
if you are
somebody
part of
steps away
production
from the
and you
platform, don't
if you are
send an
part
email
of
saying that
production, how
somebody's
did you not know they were in the
attacking
loop
you,
and they were still
making it
doing it?
look like
How did
we're
you
allowing people to just do. Girl, go ahead.
No, this is an opportunity to
Go
So
ahead.
let
bridge
me ask this:
to at
at
least
that
have
point, because
understanding.
you felt the way you felt
Right.
when Nova was throwing out the
This is what
jabs when you
happened
were
on the
trying to
season
talk to,
right here. This is why I talked to her.
okay. So were you just
So
Like I'm
over it?
literally
Like,
trying to lay it out in
did you
her.
feel like her? Did you feel like
That's
Nova mentioning the gas money was out of line? Do you feel like that was disrespectful?
yes, I do. I'm not here to see this girl get attacked. I swear to God, I'm not.
Okay.
That's why I look Alfie in her face, in Nova in her face. Nova, you're not gonna touch this girl. Not in front of me.
Well, see,
That's the
that
way
don't
I'm with
translate
my.
on the screen because on screen you saying I got Nova back. You're not saying, and the same goes for Althea, and Nova not gonna touch
and
Althea.
What
then you
is
telling
having
me in
her
my
back
face
has
that
to
you
do
for
with
both
me
points,
allowing
but
her to
then
get
on the
hit.
screen you on the screen
That's a
saying
part of
what
it. Like if
Althea
you have her back,
Althea
you not
dad.
gonna
You
allow her
didn't
to
have
get
my
it.
you didn't have my back. You was just telling me to my face you did, but you didn't actually have
I
it.
have your back, Althea. I haven't let
No, you did
nobody do
not.
nothing to you. This is everything that people you
She
can't control what
first
people say. I'm talking about what somebody
that
did
doesn't
to
matter.
you.
Matter of
Nobody
fact,
put their
Hmm.
hands on you.
matter of fact, she when
Can
she
you
won, she did
understand how
hit
she
me on the
feels though,
wrist.
as
She
it
didn't have
relates
my
to
hand. Let's
feeling
just
I
like everybody was against
understand
her?
how
she
she
did hit me.
feels. I
Okay,
do.
She got
okay.
to touch me. She did
But
touch me.
I think I'm just a
I just
rough
want to.
around the
I
edges
just
type of
need.
person.
I believe
Okay.
in product. I believe in being productive, and the only way we can do that is, if people have an opportunity to speak
Do
and
you
like.
think that there can be a resolve, not excluding Nova, with her and the rest of the group as it relates to y'all's dynamic? Does
Yes,
everybody feel
yes.
like
We can
you?
just. Well, no. What I'm saying is, if everybody could just remove Nova's actions from being everybody's action, just because somebody cool with Nova, don't mean they agree with what Nova did to Althea. All that in Althea, period. When it comes to me, I can't speak for everybody else. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't want. I'm not gonna let them drag each other. But at the same time, if they get into it, they're gonna just be two girls to me. Two girls getting into it. I don't. I don't care. Is that wrong?
I get that, but like if okay, so if we're at an event and we're filming, are y'all all in
Mhm.
Nova Face or are y'all entertaining Althea as well? Because if y'all all over in Nova Face and the girls are separated, then of course she gonna feel ostracized because y'all all over there.
I don't. I don't feel like all in nobody's face. Like I speak to everybody.
Okay.
I speak.
What
I've
what I'm
never made her feel
sensing,
unwelcome. Not me.
what
But
I
who is
feel,
y'all?
You can't
what
even
I
just
feel
let
in this,
Althea.
what I really feel here is that, and I may be wrong, but I may be
Is
right
she
too.
still
So if
here?
you could let me know. I feel like the email is what kind of turns you off from Althea.
I don't know.
It turned me off bad. Bad.
So
I'll be honest. It
And
did.
have you tried to have an off camera or on camera discussion about like your feelings toward what was said?
Yes. And every time I was met with, she's praying right now. So I'm like, okay, I respect it. But continue to be cool with everybody else. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I don't run up behind nobody. No shade. And
Understood.
it's nothing against her. That's how I've been with all these cast members. So it's just so crazy why everybody looking at me like, girl, I just did this with Q, girl. If you're gonna be here, show up. Let's work. Let's do it. Q came back, he started working. But like, we're on episode 8, 9. So it's like, let's get past this so we can move on. Whatever conversation needs to be had, let's. Nobody ever said nobody wanted Feel around. Nobody minds her being around.
So what if part of moving on was y'all coming to her show? Why y'all chose not to go to the show?
Nobody chose. I purchased a ticket because I planned on going. My schedule ran over. That's
Did you
just
say
what
that on the
happened. That's the
show?
guy honest truth.
Did you say that on the
I
show?
didn't
I
say it
think you
on the
said
show.
something.
No, I didn't feel like I needed to.
Cause
Do
y'all
you
talked about
feel?
it, and you was just like, I just wasn't. Cause the reason you gave was that you
Oh
was
no,
still
no, I
feeling
didn't say
something.
that. Oh, you'll have to show me where I said that. I ain't say I just did because that's not how I genuinely felt. I genuinely wanted to go.
When
I
y'all
was
was
on the
sitting
call
outside
sheet and
after the
everything.
grooming, I think that scene when y'all was sitting outside after the grooming, y'all was talking about y'all were both invited, and Nova was like, "You knew I wasn't gonna go," and I think you kind of like gave your version of why you didn't go, but I don't think it had anything to do with scheduling.
It was scheduling. It's definitely my
Okay.
schedule. I don't have a problem with Althea. I wouldn't have bought a ticket if I wasn't gonna go. That don't even make no sense.
I have a
The
question
ticket
for
was
you, real
like
quick.
$15, $20.
Well, I
And
definitely think y'all should have a conversation because I think it's worth moving past. I think the dynamic of all of y'all can be great, and I even think that Nova and Althea can coexist. There are plenty of casts where there are
Yeah,
arch nemesis, plenty of casts where there are arch nemesis. So like it's possible. I definitely believe it's possible.
me as well.
Dom,
I feel the exact same. Go ahead, YB. My bad.
Dominique, do you feel like we? I hear it in the comments. I've also said the same thing, and it's been said a
Mhm.
lot this season. Do you
I
feel
don't
like
hear
that
you, YB.
we have unrealistic
Is it just
expectations?
me?
What happened? If you can't hear me, can someone yell out that he probably just need to step down and come back up?
Step out and come back in.
You might
We
need to
can.
step down and come back up, Pat.
Yeah, because I can't. I thought it was just me. I can't hear you, YB. Nobody
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear.
Yeah,
I could
you
hear
just
YB.
step
I
back and come back
cannot
up.
at all. I can see his thing moving, so I know he's
Yeah,
talking,
just
but I
go out and
can't
come
hear
back in.
anything.
He said drop and come back.
Okay, let me drop in.
Do you feel like we have unrealistic expectations of what it is to be an anchor? Because a lot of people, including myself, do feel like being an anchor is a role to kind of like aid and assist these cast members coming in and helping them out. A lot of people feel, especially in
I've
the
done
comments
that.
today.
Not one cast member can say I didn't do that. I did that.
Yeah, I
So
don't
I'm
think
so
that
confused on
Dominique
like
had
where
an
did I go
issue.
left?
I don't think Dominique had an issue with being the anchor. I just feel like when it came to the position, you had two choices. You was either gonna be a good person or you was gonna do your job, and you chose to do your job. So it is what it is.
Althea, I'm
Mm.
so sorry to like explain this way, but Althea, I've been a bitch. And that's not trying to be a bitch towards you. I've been a bitch, and I think you just haven't seen the
I didn't
show.
know
It's
that.
almost
Yeah,
like
I
you don't
didn't
know
know
what
that.
you
Yeah, I didn't know
I'm
that
a
you was a bitch.
bitch.
I just treated you like
But I
a
could be
person.
very sweet too.
I can say
Uh,
that is true.
I
well,
could be
good. You
very
know what I'm saying?
sweet. But like if I feel played, it's I mean, come on, let's do it.
It's unfortunate that you feel played because even though you don't want to talk about the Chuck E. Cheese situation, I want to talk about it because let's dive into it.
Uh-uh,
But
let's wait. Let's wait,
The
girl. Let's
reunion is
wait. Let's
in a little bit.
wait.
Just wait.
oh, okay, I think
Let's
we're on
Y'all
the
gonna,
same
y'all
wait.
page.
gonna at the reunion.
And
Yeah,
Okay.
stop
just wait
sending
for the
y'all
Okay.
kids to
reunion.
Chuck E. Cheese, honey. Them balls are all
No, it was just
bacteria
something
infested,
fun he wanted
girl.
to do with my baby. We'll get into it at the
Yeah,
reunion.
honey, them balls are filled with bacteria, girl. We ain't got time for that. Them kids getting
They don't
sick.
do them
COVID.
balls no more at Chuck E. Cheese.
Child, ain't that. And I don't want no strange, that mothball smelling costume all over my
Y'all go
child.
to
Hell
Dave and
no.
Buster's. Yes,
Mm.
God.
But I
And they
will
do got
say
good pizza.
when it comes to everything that's happening right now, I mean, I can accept where I went wrong. I was dead ass wrong. But I don't want this narrative pushed like I hate women, even though somebody on the cast may have said that. I have never said that. My clientele, my people, majority of my family are women. I find myself to be a southern gentleman, if you ask me. I'm very respectful to women. So that's something I'm not even play with. I don't even play like that.
Now having
Because I
looked back.
did say this
Oh, go ahead.
earlier. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I did say this earlier, just as an overall perspective, as it
Hmm.
relates to a lot of us in our community. And again, knowing a little bit of your story from when you were first introduced to us, Dominique, and your struggles with your parents, and what we don't know, but still a little bit can conceive when as it relates to Nova and how she is. There's a lot of us in our
Hmm.
community that kind of internalize a lot of the hurt that women have done to us, more specifically our mothers and people who have
Hmm.
disowned us for who we are and who we want to be in this life, and all other reasons as well too. So like, you're saying that that's not you in this situation. You're not
That
internalizing
is
the anger.
absolute.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh,
My mom put me out
So
when I
where the
was
hate, where
16.
the CP hate train come from?
Hmm.
The
Go
Fifi and
ahead,
the Ferg,
Dominique.
like where that came from? Like when you was at the when y'all was at Ken house and you was like, I ain't gonna talk about it, but we finna talk about it. And you got to hating. Like, what was that about?
YB. So when I was being raised, my mom put me out when I was 16, but at the same time, she was abused by my stepfather. So I don't. That's the reason I hold women so closely to my heart. My mama did me wrong, but I don't hold hate toward my mom. My mom was in a fucked up situation, period. So why would I, at 34 years of age, come being I haven't been disrespectful. I probably said some shit somebody don't want to hear, but I don't disrespect women. Now, hate train, hating on you. Now, I'll call it what you want. But at the same time, girl, we doing the show. So, girl, yeah, that was the Dominique that you probably didn't want to see. But at the same time,
It's
I do
not
it
that I didn't
tastefully. I
want to
don't do
see it. At least do it to me when I deserve it. Like I didn't deserve to be like whatever, bro.
that was after the email that you sent out. So we're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on.
So
That's all.
just real
reflective.
quick though, because I
Oh, go
really
ahead.
want to get this out. I apologize. I just want to get this out. That way I'm clear on my end. So, and it goes to character and what we bond ourselves to, because again, we can all be looked at,
Mm-hmm.
we guilty by association. So, Dominique, as it relates to
Mm-hmm.
Nova and a lot of her statements down to the lemon squeeze, as she's talking
Mm-hmm.
to Noelle and she's expressing her obvious ignorance as it relates to trans women who have died and their bricks. There's no representation there. She's the baddest bitch of them all, period. And then on
Mm-hmm.
top of that, having this thing about red bones, her being a red bone, how that's greater than everything else, pretty much. And on top of that, how
Mm-hmm.
she hates hetero cis women. What are your thoughts on
Mm-hmm.
that?
I think it's disgusting. And I've
Mm.
told her that. But at the same time, okay, I might be a bad person for this, and that people might drag me for this. But if me and you went into a voting booth, I'm not gonna be pressured or pressed by who you vote for. I'm gonna just go cast my vote for what I believe in or what I stand for, and I'm gonna allow you the same thing. Like, just go do you. But at the same time, that doesn't bother me. I
But it's
tell
so
her she's wrong.
problematic.
I can
And I
go
think
ahead.
what the audience is looking for though is real time checking a bitch. When especially like
Accountability.
that's why we're so upset with Tony as well, because we've allowed this girl to run around this platform and just be ultra disrespectful to the trans community that she's also a part of, as well as being disrespectful to, black women, and obviously making colorist statements like she's been making, and just being ultra disrespectful. And I think even though y'all might be checking her outside of these situations, film scenes, in the moment is, I think, what people are looking for. We're not
Yeah.
catching that in the
I can
moment.
Well,
respect
And I
that. I
defense,
can
Tony
respect
wasn't
that.
around for a lot of
On
that,
top
so
of the
Tony
fact that, like,
getting
I
his
remember
story
somebody
right
said in
while
the
she was
comments,
sitting there. So I
somebody in the
understand right
comments
there,
was
but
like,
when it comes to Tony, Tony wasn't there for a lot of that stuff. She was finding out in the scene.
no, but speaking of Tony, somebody in the comments one time was like, "Oh, Tony gonna get Q together at the reunion for that granny comment,"
and girl,
but she
please,
not
sorry
gonna
to
address
cut
the
you
tranny
off,
comment.
but she was sitting there right there at the lemon squeeze when that girl went down the road of disrespect by calling all deceased trans women bricks and ugly as fuck, and
But the thing is,
misconstruing the
See, some of
identity of
that
my
in
shit I
my
don't
love.
even be
opinion,
hearing.
I think y'all have so much hatred towards Nova that y'all are paying more attention to Nova than we are. Half the stuff that y'all saying, we didn't even
That's
hear.
a problem,
We
Carl.
didn't. We
I
wasn't.
gotta agree
Y'all
with
talking about
Carl.
That's
the
the
No
Drake
shade.
ass
problem.
comment?
I ain't hear none of
I
that.
did not hear that comment till I saw it back. So I
Girl,
watched it and had to watch it back twice to hear it. I don't. I wasn't paying. Mind you, at this point, I only met Nova like twice. So we didn't really. A lot of us didn't even know Nova. To be honest with you, we
so
didn't even know
someone
her.
is sitting at a table in a quiet dining place with leftover Papa John's boxes, girl, hello God.
But it's called,
And
but YB, it's a lemon squeeze for people who got issues. I don't know Nova, and I don't have an issue with Nova. She's talking to
but when
Althea. What do I
someone,
got to do with this?
I don't have to
I
know
don't feel
you,
like
but
you
if
have to
you
have
but
an
if you
issue
come
with
out of your
it.
cock-ridden mouth, right, and you say to the people publicly
Stop.
that I'm a red bone, knowing what that insinuates, Evelyn Lozada saith unto OG, hello God, and then you have the comment about that's why I hate you heterosexual bitches, and then the foolishness that she went down with Noelle as she's explaining trans deaths and how those girls are bricks and they're ugly. She has no statistical data on to support her, her findings on why they're non-binary girls and these what's the word, girl? The androgynous girls are inside more than the trans girls that lose their lives and these representations. So you have an iconic legendary girl. Her nose, her half nose is sitting right next to the girl who's
Not
saying
too
these
much on
things.
Tony. Not too much on Tony. Not too much on
Girl,
Tony.
it's just the truth though. You're right there. Legendary status advocator for the community. You let this girl bleed those girls dry, beat them in the streets in their memory, calling them bricks. And then in
Can
the
you
same
just give us
statement,
the
saying no one is no, there's no beautiful girls, as if she is that beautiful girl. Too many times we've seen this girl pour out of her mouth foolishness, self-hating mentality, colorism at this point as well too, and her obvious hate and distaste for black women and women that are of a darker skin tone. And then at a table, we're not checking this bitch in real time, girl. That couldn't be me, girl. This is if this is reality. It can't be my reality because in my
Well,
reality,
child, maybe you should go
her
other end of that table because, mind you, I didn't even hear that. I'm not. This is my first time hearing it from you. I didn't even hear that.
girl,
next
but
to
the
it?
So
way
I
no,
that
ain't
when
things
hear
would
when
have been
Noel was on the table,
sweet.
I didn't hear what he said, so I didn't hear. I couldn't hear it other end of the table, but it wasn't my issue, so I wasn't really trying to hear. I
Girl,
didn't even
she
hear
would
that.
have
And I
been
think that's
whipped
why
in.
all of us are stuck. If it's not our issue,
Yeah,
girl,
I
we wait for
tuned
our
out.
turn, no change.
But technically though, when people make bold, broad statements like that, it may not be your issue because whatever, but it's a broader issue that actually
No, you
does
are absolutely correct, but
it
mind you, I didn't even
happens.
heard that till just now. I didn't even know she said that.
Because when we talk about colorism, when we're talking about this fight that we're having, this internal stupid ass fight against gay community, straight community, especially in the black community, it's too much shit going on. So when people are making general statements, she's not bad. She's not saying things that identify Althea personally, individually. She's saying bold statements that are broad as hell, above it all. So that lets me know that's problematic as fuck for us, and it does actually have a lot to do with us. That's why I think it is important to stand up and say no. And as a platform too, there needs to be some type of education provided. That way, there's a level playing field. Okay, this disgusting ignorance was poured from thine cockroach mouth. So in return, we're going to back up with education and support and combat this foolishness. That was not done. That's why I think the people are mad. And unfortunately, that has been the bulk of what people are talking about, not in a good way. Y'all think it's a good thing. It's not a good thing. Not y'all, but people think it's they're talking about Nova. Not in a good way. There's no back end for support to level out the bullshit and toxicity of it all. That's the problem I think people are having here. And then if we allow these whores to pour foolishness from their mouth, it's going to salt everything else. And then people are going to be upset that that's the bulk of the conversation. And we have the vitriol that we have for these situations and these people.
No,
And
I
you're guilty
understand
by
that. That makes perfect
association.
sense. Absolutely.
Nova
But like
can,
I said,
Nova
maybe yeah,
can.
hey, maybe I was just maybe I do need to clean my ears out, bitch. I didn't even hear that. I was on it for my issue and my issue only. I wouldn't care about what nobody else had to talk about.
But I
Well,
think
you
I
did.
think
And
lack of
and
I think lack of accountability is okay when it's all fair and love and work. Like if we clock in and we realize, okay, right now we're not friends, we're coworkers, and I don't have to hold you accountable. But as your friend, I will. And I think that's what Nick is saying. Like when the cameras are rolling, she's just my coworker, and I get her together about that afterwards, which is okay because you're still holding her accountable. But if she's committing the sin before our very eyes and you're not correcting it, it looks as if you're complicit and that you
And you
yeah,
have
agree.
to be
I
mindful of
understand.
the amen corner because if you have a certain image that you have to uphold too. And it's unfortunate that we do live in a world where people will put you guilty by association. Yes, you are an individual, and just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean you have their same belief systems or thought processes.
Right.
But people are ignorant and stupid, and they will group you up with them. So I think it is, we have to be mindful of like what we amen to, some shit too, because like you don't want people to misrepresent that and think, oh, well, Dominique thinks that way too. Child, these girls think that way too. Damn, Tony, you ain't finna stand. You and your nose ain't finna stand to attention to
And that's
correct this
all I've been
cockroach
trying
mouth
to say.
whore.
Nick, let me ask you this. Given what you've heard and what you've seen play back via each week's
Hmm.
episode, is there anything you would do differently? Or would you just go into this the same way?
My wording would have been better with the whole gay culture vulture situation. But you live and you learn.
Yeah.
And I think this season has been a learning lesson for all of us. I mean, let's be real.
Hmm.
And I'll stand in the fire. I ain't perfect. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I love women. So I just hate that that's the narrative. I'll see if they was mad at me for me and Alfia's situation, but it's bigger than that. I see that. I've learned from this. It is what it is.
I
I
don't
want
know if you
to.
put it up on the show. If you did, I didn't catch it. I'm sorry. Given
Mhm.
the fact that you've had time to reflect and you realize that you didn't mean that you were drinking, what were you trying to convey in that moment?
Um,
Come on, Barbara Walters.
what are the
Okay.
motives? Again, that was after the email. Like what are the real motives? Like you vibing or you trying to tear this bitch apart?
Okay. That is not a culture vulture, bitch. Let me just let you know that now.
I think
That
what
is
it is
not.
is a poor
Okay.
choice of wording. Like I said earlier, I
Yeah,
think,
poor
Yeah.
choice.
and,
I'm absolutely poor.
I want to say this
Yeah.
too, because I think that I want to, again, I'm a provider of balance, right? And I talk a lot of shit, but I also got to balance it out with some real shit. I think people fail to realize that a lot of us, especially the ones that I've had a chance to watch your story and hear y'all speak on a lot of your personal struggles, especially as it relates to how y'all were raised, right? I think I can say
Hmm.
this, and most of y'all can agree if you want to, if this touches and agrees with your spirit. We're late bloomers to life when it comes
Hmm.
to the levels of nuance, love, compassion, understanding, putting ourselves in people's shoes. We've been through so much shit, whether it's by way of trauma, people that were supposed to love us, that birthed us, that treated us like we were nothing to them.
We had to
So
fight.
like we grow, it sucks that we find ourselves in as approaching 30, in our 30s, wherever you're at in your age, a lot, we're playing catch up to something that if we were raised how we were supposed to be raised would have already been an obstacle overcame
Yeah.
when it comes to the understanding of community, unity, love, compassion, the nuances of friendship and reflection and taking accountability for oneself and removing pride and ego from a lot of situations that require you to just be bare and transparent. And it
Yeah.
just really sucks because we find ourselves here in our 30s, mid 30s, really addressing ourselves like, oh shit, we're still learning this too, something in which a lot of people, if raised the right way, would have already accomplished in their life. I don't like late bloomer shit. And again, this is just another message to people. Raise your kids. Fuck
Yeah.
being gay, straight, trans, whatever the fuck, girl. Instill knowledge, life, and love into them and help them earlier. That way you're not us, girl. I'm tired. I'm 38 years old, girl, and I'm still unpacking trauma and bullshit and trying to learn about certain things that I should have learned at 25.
Well,
And it stunts the
let's
growth.
unpack the be good parents
Girl,
and
you
love your
breaking
kids
up real
part.
bad, honey.
Get what you need because I'm breaking up.
You kind of are. It's kind of lagging a little bit.
Damn, my bad, y'all. But get what you need in essence of like well in the instance that a lot of our parents, even though we grew up in kind of fucked up situations, were doing the best they fucking could. So if you come out here and you get what you need for yourself and you put yourself first as far as like filling your cup so you can be beneficial to others, then in hindsight or just by default, you'll be a good person and a good parent, but you got to get what you need and unlearn shit that you know ain't right. Tradition, don't take it away from being toxic. Just because it's always been done don't mean that it was right. So I have a
Hmm.
little grace for our ancestors because they literally were doing the best they could, but it was still toxic. It was still very toxic.
Exactly.
Hell,
Carl. Is Carl still?
yeah, what happened?
What's going on, honey? I feel like I've left you in the bush,
No,
child.
bitch, I'm just up here listening. Yeah, go ahead.
You got any thoughts on anything that we got going on?
Yeah, I'm just here listening. Like I said, a lot of the stuff that y'all were talking about, like I said earlier, I didn't see or wasn't paying attention to, or like I said, they was under that table. But I knew this was going to be a big thing. But a lot of
Hmm.
stuff that we see, some of that stuff, too, I saw when y'all saw it. So I was like, we knew it was going to be a topic. I just know.
Well, let me ask you this, Carl. If you could extend your hand of advice to the whole Nova and Althea situation, what would it be?
First of all, Nova was dead wrong from the very beginning. from the very beginning. But like I said, when that whole situation happened, I came in earlier, late, so I didn't know what had transpired before I got there. So it was all kind of going to me. Everything, like I was just listening, learning a lot of things. Even when I came to the karaoke and heard, Neek talking about the culture vulture thing, like maybe it's some shit that I just don't know about because I did come late. So I'm gonna shut my fat ass up and stay out of it. But honestly, no shade. I was only worried about bitches I had problems with, but that was pretty much it.
Period.
I stayed out of anything that had nothing to do with me. And that was just being honest. But yeah, Nova knows she was dead wrong. Everybody told her that. We even, like they said, we sat down like, girl, do you want to go this route? You sure this route you want to go? She
Do
did.
you think there can be a resolve between the two of them?
That's more so a Nova issue. I've know Althea not long or not that well, but I know Althea enough to know that Althea is a peaceful person. I think that Althea might can do some resolve. My thing is if Nova gonna want to sit down. That's something. I think Althea just love the peace. I don't know if Nova gonna want to or not.
Do you understand?
Girl,
Do you understand Nova's offense? And if so, help me understand.
No, I never understood
Okay.
it.
Okay. Okay.
I never
well,
understood
when you again replay the lemon squeeze, if we
it.
replay that, and again we're listening to understand people and words and how they're coming at it, it's foolishness. It's pish posh applesauce. It's jibber jabber. It's
Mm-hmm.
Klingon language from Star Trek, child. It's it's not wrapped in any logic, any sense. There's no basis. There's no foundation. There's no understanding to understand with the words that are coming out of her cock-ridden mouth. When you pay attention to that, that right there, you can tell there's no there. She literally won't accept accountability. She doesn't think anything she's done is wrong. She doesn't want to apologize. In fact, she's pushed further in this beef and she's creating a gay for pay diss track against Homegirl. And then
Mm-hmm.
she's doing gay for pay merchandise down to the Piggly Wiggly. So my thing is, bitch, it's never gonna be. There's something wrong with that girl. Her ex, even though her and Tony had that conversation, even but prior to the lemon squeeze, even at the lemon squeeze, she's like, oh, well, the only thing I had with Tony was she told me I could walk a ball. Then in real time, Tony checks you and says, no, baby, I didn't. You can tell even Nova's reaction, she wasn't hearing that. In her mind, she hears what she wants to hear. And she
Exactly.
takes that as Bible. That's a psychological problem. This person has a tumor in their fucking brain.
Right.
Something's wrong with them. She's
Right.
dangerous because she thinks, as she thought the boy voguing was disrespecting her. Girl, everything is an offense to you. Shout out to
I
Kat.
think
It's an
that is,
offense to
but
you,
I
girl.
think
You
the
got
place
problems, bitch.
where I give her grace at, because I've seen her do a couple of platforms where I'm like, she don't know any better. And basically she talked about her upbringing, things she experienced in life. And I just took it from listening to her do those interviews on other platforms is that she just don't know no better and she just need guidance. And I would think somebody like Tony probably would be better, but it's only if she's trying to hear it. And that's the
But
only thing I can really say in that situation, because listening to her, she reminded me a lot of the things that I had probably thought of in my like early, like my late teens. I said she sounds like a new gay that just don't really know what's happening, and she needs guidance.
Well,
Carl.
don't
That's
don't
what it sounds
start.
like to
First
me.
of all, don't start with being offended. So if you don't understand something, ask before you just be like the
Which
boy
is
was patting his
true.
ass to me.
Which is
And
true.
then when somebody tries to educate you via the beefy comment, don't get in your feelings.
This is
True
why
that.
I'm asking y'all to pay attention to the scenes where she's opening her cock-ridden mouth. Because, Carl, I get what you're saying. And if this was that situation, I would totally agree with you. The girl is demented. There is sickness in thine brain. It's probably the wig glue, the toxicity of the wig glue, girl. She must live next to an AI data center or something, girl. Though it's seeping through thine pores, thine brain. Her conversation is someone who is not just overly offended, but always preparing to be offended, which is rooted in trauma, because there's always deflecting, there's always
True.
like, putting up defense mechanisms, being preemptive in your strike when really there's no strike against you. There's no
Right.
reason to retaliate because there's been nobody that offended you first. Everything you take is a true offense. That's more of a trauma issue and a
That is true.
psychological issue. But
Yes.
I don't want to relate that she's a new gay. No, girl. Before you become a
Yeah, but
full fledged fish and you trying to get lips done and titties and puss and all these other things,
true.
girl, do a you already know who you've been through all the gay
And
steps.
I understand that. Even somebody who has dealt with a lot of people with a lot of trauma in my family, and parents and things of that nature, that I know what it is. And with that being said, the reason why I say I give her grace is because of the fact that I know hurt people hurt people. I can see pain in her, and that's why I have that grace. Yes, I absolutely held her accountable for the things that she's done and the things that she said. But I feel like sometimes coming at her with more hate is not helping the situation. Sometimes we need to sit back and educate. And I feel like nobody has really done that.
You can
All I've
only
been watching is
educate the
everybody go
willing.
here and read her
You
down
can only
sometimes.
educate the willing, and I
We'll say
know
that be
it's
receptive to the education.
That's all I'm saying.
I know it's past being a new gay because it's giving Debbie Desperado. You begging a nigga to come and see you with 6 nails on, girl. Like no,
Girl.
he not he not coming, girl. Like, and you need a nail appointment. Shit, you got bigger fish to fry.
My
Yeah.
issue is this though, like there's a lot of willful independence, and I stand on what I said earlier about like we are a lot of times late bloomers to a lot of like things, life lessons that we should have learned early on, but
True.
how we're raised, we're late to it. But I do feel like there's certain moments, you know how you want to be treated in life. You know you don't want to be treated poorly, bad, evil. You don't want people to do you know how to recognize that. A lot of times we recognize that even earlier before we're even able to speak language. Before you can even hear what your mama had to say. You can look at some of these babies now, girl, and even us back then as babies. We knew, okay, we may not have been able to form words and understand complete, but we knew what hurt felt like. We knew what being afraid was. Like, we know what that feeling is like. Why would you then, knowing that you've been on your own path of adversity and challenges and struggle, put that and apply that on other people as well, too? That's horrible in nature.
But
And
that's why
that
something like therapy is important. People need to
but
get
Yeah,
therapy.
because
therapy is
what
only good for those people who are receptive. And my thing is with Nova is the
True.
fact that I'd be able to deal with Nova if there was a semblance of accountability or recognizing a fault. You're
But
standing
honestly,
10
like we
toes
were talking
down in your
earlier about like
toxicity.
interviews, I honestly feel the way you communicate, you might be the one that need to sit down with her.
She's
Honestly.
not ready for my level of truth. I can already sense that. Someone asked me that the other day,
Hey,
actually.
I say you should try. I think you should.
If she ain't going to talk, I read her on Harvey on his live not too long ago, girl. She's not trying to hear me now. And I'm quite sure her and that cock-word in mouth are addicted to her name being called. So she's been in everybody's chats, girl, hovering in her life. She done heard everything I done said about her, that cock-word in mouth, and a half-eaten couch. Girl,
Well,
please.
shit. Okay.
She's not here for it. But I don't know, girl. I just want there to be like some learning, and that's the thing that just pissed me off too, because there's a lot of in-depth things to pull from this season that have happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel like we're gonna get any resolve on the level that we really need because we're touching on a lot of things, and no one I feel like is gonna have those conversations or even think about the bigger impact that they have. Like y'all just said earlier, you didn't hear it, but Meek said too, like he didn't really identify it as something that was a personal issue for him. But that response alone lets me know that we're not thinking about the bigger picture of impact.
Well, that's on the other hand, a lot of the things that we noticed, we're watching the show with y'all. So we knew this was
Okay.
going to be an issue between them. So yeah, I think a lot of things that y'all think that needs to be, I guess, addressed will be addressed at the reunion, because the fact that I didn't know people, because we knew this was going to be a big deal, but people has taken the Alvia first Nova, that has completely taken over the season.
It
So
has.
we'll have no choice at the reunion but to address them too.
yeah, y'all have
We ain't
to.
got no choice now. So everybody,
But I
because I've
also just
noticed in the comments, they'll say things like the whole, y'all, the collective. So hell,
yeah.
now I gotta go there and clear my damn name now.
Okay, you better clear the room. But to
So
speak
now
to
I
what
gotta
you
go there
were
and let them know
saying,
where I stand.
YB, I feel like it's really probably not gonna happen because in order to unpack what's going on in this show, these people have to go deep within themselves, far beyond this show, and a lot of these
Mm-hmm.
people ain't ready to go there
True that.
because we
And
have to unpack why you are the way you are.
someone with the intellectual wherewithal to mediate that conversation.
True that.
Because a lot of the girls, I'm not gonna call them dumb bitches, but I don't think that they have the bandwidth to even like one thing I love about therapists, especially good therapists, like they have you can have a thought about yourself, but you don't know how to define it. A therapist can do that for you. So they're like, oh, wow, I never thought about it that way. I didn't know there was a term for that. Or I didn't know that that was linked to this. So I think, like, again, a willingness for certain shit, being well receptive to what's being said to you, but also being out of your way enough to be able to listen to someone who's going to tell you that level of truth.
True.
You
And you have
know,
to be open enough to be, how can I put this? Open enough to A, be held accountable, but B, still reserve enough love for yourself to realize I'm not a monster because I made these mistakes.
Hey, well, I guess
Like,
at the
I think,
reunion we should see if she may be open.
bitch, you know she not gonna do that shit.
Y'all don't know that.
well, the issue is,
I don't
May
have I
surprise
I'm
don't
us.
have a
okay with
problem being
monsters
friends.
because I know what they are. They know what they are. They're not shy about it. The issue that I have is, when you try to, you want people to support you and sympathize with you and be on your team, but there's no, from what I can tell, any sense of accountability or being humble enough to say, you know what? You trying to stand on these hills that make no sense for the basis of why you have vitriol towards someone else. But then when you get hot and
Hmm.
heated enough, what ends up happening is you tell on yourself. That cock-ridden mouth, that sour mouth of yours, you tell on yourself when you're angry. So that's why I don't feel like I don't really want to talk. I don't really care about
I
what
was
her
just about
growth
to
is
say.
because I'm tired of old bitches. Again, over 25 in gay years, you're an old bitch. I don't. The girls try to age shame all here, girl. If you in the gay community, you over 25, you're considered to be an old bitch, auntie, uncle vibes, bitch. If you don't know the fundamentals of friendship and humanity and being humble enough or empathize and sympathize with your fellow man, knowing damn well your adversities and your trials and tribulations, bitch, and you're a mean, nasty cunt, I have nothing for you. You got to go on that journey alone to figure out what that is. And sometimes in life, and I said it earlier in my review, I'm going to say it here again, life will provide it onto the experience evil, treacherous, serial killer psychopaths. That, and
Mm.
sometimes in life, that's just what it is. These people aren't going to change. They're not meant to change. That's the role they play in this life. That's their path. You got the Buddha, hello God. You got the Christian. You got you got who you're meant to be in this
The
life.
Muslim.
All the girls. You got the extremists, hello God. You got all these patriotic fucks. You got all these situations. All these people. Sometimes they're
Atheists.
just meant to be that way.
Yeah.
Trying to change them is
Yeah.
pointless. And if they're
Especially
meant to
when
change, they will.
I think it's especially tough to try to change somebody when when they have elected to be that way. Like she had no rhyme or reason to not only behave the way she's behaving, nor treat Althea the way she's treating her. So you chose to do this. You chose to be the villain. If you want to be Kenya, then you just got to deal with the brunt of being a Kenya. Like
True.
I think this is all elected. You chose to
And
because I hear so many people just like Nick
I
about
was
Nick.
just about to say that. Like
So
I
many
keep
people be
hearing
like, "Oh
people
my
speaking
God, yeah,
up
he's
for
so
her.
cool.
Like,
He's so cool
what
outside
about your
filming."
mental
Okay, so why
health?
you being a
And
bitch when the camera rolling?
exactly, you said you wanted to be a villain. Like
You
now
do,
that you
and
getting
that
your ass whooped in the comments, and they is literally beating you to pieces with the belt. You want to reverse psychology every interview that the reviewers do and act like I'm just this horrible person and more happened behind the scenes. No, this is what happened. Like
that's who you are. And you also have to realize, baby, that villains have very few fans, and though even those faithful few fans are not investors. Look at Kenya and all of her many failed products. So that line you think you about to sell out, you're not.
I don't
You're
like
not.
that. Yeah, you're
Real
not.
shit.
I don't like pity. Don't feel pity for me. Actually, don't even feel bad for me. I don't want nobody to feel bad for me because I'm strong. And this was meant. I keep saying this was meant to happen the way it's supposed to happen. So I don't feel no type of way towards the situation. I just don't expect at the reunion for us to be doing all this screaming and shouting at each other because there's nothing to talk about. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Honey, this is how I look at this situation. You're right. Things happen for a reason. Things happen how they're supposed to happen. The same way I feel about the Trump administration. Even though,
mhm.
right, we despise this Donald Duck orange bitch, right? Even though, right, the only thing I can appreciate about him existing in this life and getting not one but two presidencies, girl, even after being convicted of 34 different felonies, hello God,
34.
and being a predator, hello God, all the things, right? The good thing about his existence and him winning both terms is it exposed the raggedy racist cunts and
Come
their
on.
wrong turn bad body built asses in this country. We thought because Barack Obama was here and we had the first black, first lady girl and president and children and all the things that we thought racism was dead. All that all that dream was destroyed when we have MAGA running this country now. Thank you so much for letting us know that there's so much work still left to do to root these cunts up out of this country in this hate and this vile vitriol on this simple level. In this moment, I'm grateful because again, all of these times that we if people want to stand up for Nova, people want to stand up for foolishness and toxicity and trash, the more it happens, the more she exposes herself more. So that's another reason why I don't feel bad for the bitch or her lips, is because of that alone. The more things play out and you just let people open their fucking mouths, and especially when you get them angry, they start telling on themselves and who they are at the core of their own humanity. And that tells me everything I need to know about a person.
Which
So
is true. Like
there's a
how people
gratefulness
say, I
there.
don't really think it's a lot of conversation that needs to be had with them, but just for the sake of, the LGBT community, all the rights and stuff that we still fight for to this day, I feel like as the elders of the group, I think we need to have that conversation with her, regardless of what happens with her and Althea, because somebody needs to tell her something. She needs to be checked by her community. And I think there would be the time for us to jump in and tell her why this is not okay. Because
And
nobody did
Althea,
that
it's
before
not
in this
pity, baby.
community.
It's support. We stand behind you, girl.
Yeah, that's all that's for.
I stand up
That's
for
support.
truth and
So I
justice.
just
So I'm
want
always
everybody
going to
to know
serve.
that it's
Yeah.
not the entire group
Thank
that's
you.
on Althea. This is something completely different that Nova did, and we as a collective need to make sure that we address Nova at this reunion.
Yeah.
But I do, again, I know I already said it and you already agreed with it, but I do want to say that is and I want people, I'm really trying to get the audience to like learn this too, so they can like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
we love y'all, we support y'all, but moving forward in life on these shows in real time, y'all gotta check these hateful bitches.
In the
You
moment.
cannot we cannot allow another delicious moment from G Status to reach its ugly head through our experience.
That's
Like,
exactly what this reminds me of.
exactly.
I said it would have happened. I said it's delicious all over again.
Because if y'all don't handle that, us as a community, we go to looking at y'all crazy as fuck. Like, wow, like y'all ain't finna. But again, we want to stand on the backs. Again, we have the reason people are so with Tony. You're an activist, girl. Like y'all, especially those with those kind of accolades and achievements, we expect y'all to stand on necks about your business, bitch. Like we expect y'all to show up. Like, oh, girl, what you doing? Oh no,
Cause
not
you
one
was
of
more
ours.
pissed about not being recognized as a celebrity
You
judge,
doing what?
girl. So you need to be up in arms about disrespect to your culture.
Y'all
Cause that's
got
what
to
you
give
got.
Tony, like I'm telling y'all, Tony is a lot of stuff she didn't know. Like y'all seen a little piece on the clip, but it's a lot of stuff Tony didn't know. But best believe Tony is watching it like we are. And
Cause
Tony,
I want her
I've
to
talked to
address that
Tony.
tranny
Y'all can
comment.
expect
Cause
Tony to show up.
again,
Period.
somebody when it aired and Q said what he
But you
said
know
and was
what?
like, "Bye, good night, Granny." Somebody was like, "Oh, Tony gonna get him," and I'm thinking like, I hope she gets Nova too
That's
for
not
calling
the
her a
only thing
tranny.
Tony will be addressing.
Oh, she's in the
Hallelujah.
chat. What's up, Tony? How you
Oh,
Hey,
she
doing?
here?
Tony, hey girl.
Yeah, Tony girl, well, I've had to get you together too, baby, because you let that cock-ridden mouth whore sit there at that lemon squeeze, girl, and put lemons in the trans girls that's passed on the glory's eyes, honey, and disrespect their name, calling them bricks, and giving wrong statistical data about the girls who've lost their lives and what the appearance and the representation is, girl. And then her sitting there on it with her cock-ridden mouth and half-eaten couch, and that lifted wig girl from Toxic Wiggle girl had the nerve and audacity, girl, to sit there and say that she is the one, the divine, the girl, the leader of the trans community, girl, and then misidentifying what Noelle was trying to portray with her feminism and her the way she was the walking dress like, and then Redbone, and on top of that, she hates cis women, bitch. And you just sat there, girl, quiet, hello God,
Damn,
and
Bobby.
didn't say anything, girl. So that's why we're getting on you.
Now give her a minute to process all of what the fuck you just said, bitch.
I'm just saying though, like you're activist, you're legendary, you're iconic. I love the fuck out of you. But moments where speaking up is important and reading these girls into oblivion and educating them at the same time. Because although I put belt, y'all know me, legendary reader, YB speaks truth. Whenever have I read someone without lifting them up with education? Come on now, girl. I do it all the time. That's what I like to do, and
Tony
that's what
don't
we.
agree with you, bitch. She said this is late. She don't agree with you.
Where'd she say that at?
She just said it.
What's late? What's late, girl? Like I know I was fast with what I said, but like I'm from Florida, I got to look geeky and me child hella god. But I just tell the truth. Like, and as a viewer, right? I got to get off here because I got to get ready for the Kiki panel. But and my phone's dying. But like I just real damn. I recognize you too late. I looked up in the chat. You were here for a while. I really would love you to hit that link, but I gotta go. But I just, maybe for the next time, child, you can come on here and have a moment to yourself with me. Hello, God. And we can really get it out there because I love you, Mother Tony, but I've had to drag you through the streets of life, girl, because like you're letting this girl who is a self-hating trans woman disrespect the trans community, the culture that you assisted in building and advocating for in real time, in your face. That cockroach mouth of Nova's and her lips, girl, have poured out foolishness and toxicity.
Or at least that's what we're seeing. Because she said, y'all act like 4 hours of filming was going to fit into 10 minutes of a scene. This is
She
crazy.
right. The scene was long. We was there
But we
for a
can
minute.
only go by what we see. We can't
Right, which is
ambiguously
true.
just imagine what happened
Which is true.
outside of editing. We can only go by what we see.
This is true.
She says
I
that
don't think it's
nobody
fun.
can drag her about another grown woman.
No, I
Well,
don't think it's dragging.
it's not about dragging, it's about standing up. Because let's just say me and Kat, right? The whole Justice League, we're sitting at a table, girl. We're talking, we're having a good old time. And let's just say Kat was one of my best friends, right? We're real close. Love him down. And we've had a lot of transparent conversations throughout our years of friendship. Kat, can you advocate of how truth and justice I actually am? When you have
Yeah.
wanted me to agree with you and I just could
Yeah, we
not do it,
didn't.
I've
And
had
we
to
we
be
literally
true.
have we have literally come to points where we was like, bitch, let's just agree to disagree because we no, we don't I don't agree with you and you do not agree with me. And we move on with the conversation. But and if he's wrong, oh, don't believe me, bitch. I have gotten to YB and was like, bitch, you went too far. You went too far. Like that was wild. It's all about accountability. But it has to happen in real time. And I've even said some in some comments in the live, like, you need to take this down. Stop. Just stop. I've
Yeah.
done that. I've called him while he was live. Shut up. You talking too much. Stop. And I think that's what we're looking for. Like, and again, to Tony's credit, it could just be outside of the editing scope and we just didn't see it. But what we're seeing is her saying that and everybody just going on with their day like it wasn't said. And then we're hearing
Mm.
tonight that two people was like, well, bitch, I didn't even know she said it at all.
When I'm sitting down, and especially I listen, I pay attention, and I get it that some people
I
were
think
late, some
Tony said
people.
she didn't know she said it either, and she was sitting right beside her.
She sat right there, girl, when she
She said she
grabbed
didn't
that
know that.
tied ass lemon. She sat there and poured. At first, when she talked to Noelle, the colorism situation with the red bone comment and hating cis women, that's all. We're talking about two phases of disrespect. The first phase, in my opinion, is going to go to her the conversation that she had with Noelle. I locked the fuck in on that simpleton, retarded reasoning that she gave her in her cock-ridden mouth about, I thought you were playing on the necks and the reputation of trans women because I didn't know anything. Girl, you don't know shit about shit because you're stupid and you don't want to pay attention. You think what your way and your mindset is the right way all the time, but then you end up eating crow, bitch, when you find out that you're stupid. And this is the only time you're taking real accountability because you don't have any real beef with Noelle. You assume something about him instead of him assuming something about you. So that's why you're wrong and why you also want, this is different than the Althea situation where she is deserved an apology, but you just won't do it. Now, when you broke down this whole trans situation about, the girls that have went on to glory, not only are they bricks, how many times I got to repeat this for this to seep into the brains of the girls? They are the girls that have lost their lives to tragedy and toxic, hateful trade, lost their lives. They are bricks. Those are her words. Bricks. Ugly cunts who are not worthy of remembrance. And horrible, nonsensical, uneducated, unfounded statistical data, no research done whatsoever with your stupid cock-ridden mouth and simpleton wig-glued brain, bitch. Sitting around this motherfucker have the nerve and audacity to say, well, the only time when the girls die, there's the representation of, non-binaries and androgynous people. Girl, every time I turn on my motherfucking screen and I see a lost trans life, I see the lost trans life. I don't see a non-binary bitch, and I don't see no motherfucking androgynous. I see the trans woman that was depicted in the story as a trans woman who has lost her life to hateful, nasty, disgusting trade. And then in the same conversation, there's no beautiful girls. I know she didn't say the words, but it is implied by action and reverence that I am the beautiful girl of all of the trans girls. Bitch, who the fuck you think you are, talking out your neck, that cock-ridden mouth, poureth out toxic foolishness and nonsense, whilst standing next to legendary, iconic advocator for the community. You are black, you are trans, and you're of the LGBTQ spectrum, honey, and a specialty of your own that you are known for, have got accolades and all the things for. Then it's not just on Tony, it's for all the other gays, whether androgynous, whether gay, whether bottom, soft top, or whatever they are, clown. Y'all sit there and let this girl disrespect everything. The foundation, the bedrock of why the fuck we exist and why we can be comfortable in our own fucking skin to this day. I may be ignorant to a lot of trans shit, but one thing I know to be rule and law. We exist because of their fortitude and their fucking strength and their ability not to give a fuck about anything else this world has to say about us. We exist because of their grace and their sacrifice. And I, for one, will not allow this cock-ridden, cockroach-infested mouth bitch to disrespect that at all. That's the real tea.
Hey y'all.
What's tea, honey?
Nothing, girl.
Hey.
One thing I gotta say is that bitch shouldn't be called nobody no brick because that bitch is a brick. You see how skeleton that bitch look like a skeleton bitch with her arms when she was doing the karaoke, her arms look like fucking toothpicks, bitch. I'll break that hoe. For real, in real life. But hey, how y'all doing?
I'm good, baby. I'm
Hey.
sorry. I just had to get that out because, like, I'm so sick and tired of being sick and tired of the bullshit. And I'm done with it. Like, this is another reason why I be contemplating my standing in this space because I'm surrounded by simpletons and fools and people who act like nothing happened that we saw on our screens. As a reviewer, I had to remind the girls I watched this twice. And
Right,
even if I don't, I'm skimming through and I'm locking in on these moments that I'm like, okay, is anybody going to say something?
right.
I think what's making it bad is that either we're getting the response of I didn't know that was said,
Yeah.
or even when they do hear it, it's like, oh, well, it's not that big of a deal. Like it's not
Or it doesn't affect me, so I'm just not gonna speak
right.
on
So
it.
they don't see it as like important. When, like I said in my review, the disrespect that y'all going in for in Nova's defense should have been it should have been unpalatable. Like there is no level of disrespect that should be over another. The same way y'all was like, wait, did she misgender her? Did she misgender her? Should have been the same level of action y'all was ready to take against Nova for disrespecting Althea.
Right, I agree.
You don't get the cherry pick. I had to learn that in unpacking shit in my relationships. My deal breaker might not be yours. And the shit that I think is simple may be tragedy for you. I have to respect that.
True. Very true.
And I
Mhm.
think that's the problem. They are downplaying this shit like it ain't that big of a deal because it didn't hurt their feelings.
Right.
Well, the issue that we have here is that I respect people, and just like a lot of rappers will get on these screens publicly and say, I don't get in politics, I just rap. I don't want to be involved in it. And that's great. But my thing is when these conversations are happening, we need to put our social justice hats on, even though we may not even listen to a podcast. We may not even know much about racial inequality. We may not even know the struggles and the downpour of the Black woman. Hello, God. We may not know much about trans statistics and all these other things happening in the LGBTQ community. It may not, but like I said earlier, the overall discussions impact us on a level. The same way a lot of these young cunts think, oh, voting doesn't matter. It does matter. There's a reason. I told y'all my nephew just turned about to be 21 this year, just now realizing, oh, I thought you were joking before. I didn't realize it was going to impact me. It does. You may not
Yes,
feel it
nigga.
now, but you will feel it at some point or another in your
Yes, you
life
will.
if you don't start the change process now. This is a forever. We first of all, girl, like pay it. I'm getting mad now, and all my shit's coming together. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Look at the world. Look at this president. Look at what has befallen us the last 20, 30 years in this life.
Hmm.
Right? No one
Yeah.
cares about your ass if you are not white. If you are not white, Caucasian, blonde hair, blue eyes, girl, if you are not white, they do not give a fuck about you. So all of these brown Spanish cunts, these black ass bitches, these gay ass bitches, these trans ass bitches, all of this division for what?
Child, they
For
don't really
what?
even care about the blonde hair and the blue eyes. Look at what they did to Ellen. They destroyed that bitch. But I I feel
Well, she's
like
a lesbian. They hated her
I
anyway.
I
think
They
feel
that's
like
what they covered the
ooh,
news.
I feel like two things could be true. Either we're gonna have some self-awareness, or for people who are newcomers not only to the community but to filming, we need to have a conversation. Girl, this is just TV. I'm gonna say some shit that you are not gonna agree with. I'm gonna say some shit that may piss you off. I may say some shit to you about you that may piss you off. It's TV, girl. Don't expect
But
us to
that's
just
but you see though, there's still touches of nuance in mainstream, right? Because there are conversations that will be had because you do have producers that went to school. You do have people that took sociology classes and that took at
yeah.
least the intro to psychology. And at least when you know that stuff, there it bridges that gap. That way you can
Yeah.
understand people and behavior better. Now, mind you, I do work in behavioral health, so I do have more of an education than most people do when it comes to understanding behavioral analysis and how to
Hmm.
dissect a human being based on behavior and characteristics and things of that nature. But the issue that I have is with a lot of this stuff is so simple, it
Hmm.
goes to the basic cores of humanity. If you cunts can't sense that basic core of humanity, girl, that's a problem. And that is why we have the issues that we have today. And again, I stand
Yeah.
on the hill of true unity. All of this divisiveness and these distractions and all this extra.com bullshit, all it does is weigh us down further. So when the real shit that we got to be prepared for happens, we won't be prepared for. We will die in that process.
Yeah. It's
Everything
definitely a
that we've worked
problem.
for will be disintegrated. You think this man is erasing black history? We're next.
Yeah.
Stonewall, Paris is burning. All of that is next. You
Yeah.
getting dick licks down to the goddamn, what is that club y'all love in Atlanta so much? That hot ass venue with no AC, girl? Bulldogs. No more for you. You're going to be like Blanca, bitch, in that first season when they were getting her ass together at that restaurant, down
They
to that
tossed
bar.
out that glove.
Period.
They tossed that on her face, bitch. Like, no,
When they
ma'am.
come, they're already coming for the HIV awareness of it all. No more medications. No more shit. They're already coming for Nova had to flee from Florida, girl, because
I
Ron
gotta go, y'all.
DeSantis, in his fucking ignorance, decided to take away the things that can make the girls whole and who they want to be.
Yeah.
They're already coming for us. They're dismantling everything. And we have the nerve and audacity to be divided and to not stand up for truth and serve justice, especially to a bitch who, and let's just tell the truth, you're not a tranny. You don't have titties, you ain't got pussy, you haven't got no physical surgery done to you, you're not transforming into shit. You are a poor little tired Latin boy in drag.
Damn.
All you've done is plump your lips. That's not a surgical procedure, bitch. You had someone put suction cups on those frog lips of yours with that cock-ridden mouth in an apartment, bitch, where I saw no certifications. You are not a trans woman. You are but a mere poor, little tired Latin boy in drag.
And
Trans
why?
implies
Why are
work
you
has been done.
crying? Why are you crying?
Trans implies work at least at some point has been done. The tatas, something. Formation. Just
Transition.
because you put in your great grandmother's Sunday fucking best shoulder pads in your titties, bitch, and you're bathing in palm oil, girl, to sleek down that old crusty ass booty hole and that frail ass body of yours, Mr. Burns. Y'all need to look at yourself, and I'm only doing this, and I know Carl said it earlier, and I apologize, Carl. I love you down. And I meant to say this earlier, babe, but I just want to tell a very real truth, and I'm gonna be real with you. Um, damn, what was it? Fuck.
Mr. Burns got me, bitch. Whew.
Oh damn, I forgot where I was gonna go. Damn. That's what I get. My cock-ridden mouth and got me together. Girl. Oh, and trust me, my mouth is cock-ridden, girl. Child, I was on these things for 3 hours last night, honey. Mm. Trade was begging for the pussy. I said, girl, not tonight. Honey, you got at least 4 more business days,
Baby,
girl.
I watched your video on Wakanda yesterday. When I tell you I was hollering, and I was in a place I should not have been hollering. I was loud. I was being told, can you please hold it down?
I have to try. I have to try. I need another week to get it together, girl. Because,
And how are you recovering? How your, in the words of Baby Boy, how your eye feel?
girl, I feel good. Girl, I got my witch hazel on deck. I got my Epsom salt on deck. I got my creams on deck. Hello, God. I got my numbing cream on deck, girl. My baby wipes, girl. Eating fiber.
Do you
and work.
know? And I don't know if you know this. I'm gonna pass this information along to you because it happened to me, and my doctor was like, "I'm glad you got it early. I'm glad you felt something and came to me." You could get that same sort of inflammation from working out if you don't breathe properly during your reps.
I
Don't
make
hold
it.
your Do not hold your breath in your reps, bitch. Breathe. Cause
Oh,
you will
you
be like
that's
you will push all that pressure to your booty hole and bitch stress
oh,
it
not
out.
just that. If you don't breathe properly, you can actually create air bubbles in your like joint areas and stuff, and that's why a lot of people have pain. Oh yeah, I make sure I breathe. But I learned. I was in weight training class in high school, so technical shit I had already kind of learned young, and I applied that as I got older. But yeah, I be breathe. You got to breathe, honey, because you don't want to mess your body up, child.
I didn't
Trust
know
me.
that, and I was going up because I'm gaining right now, and I'm increasing, and bitch,
Mm.
like when I was getting to the heavy parts, I had to give it all I got. So sometimes you like, and, like
Nah, make
he
sure you
was like,
breathe.
bitch, no, breathe, ho,
Yeah,
and
you
I was
gotta
like,
breathe.
oh, okay,
Yeah, you don't want to cause yourself any strain, child.
yes.
Because the booty hole is central. That's probably why it is in the place that it is. Because, like,
And people
girl,
don't realize until it's out of commission that you use that muscle for
yeah,
a
a
lot.
lot of stuff. I've learned it years ago, but you end up doing what I do and being overzealous, child, and you end up having to learn again. And child, laying in that bed for the past week and just feeling them shock waves go throughout my whole body. Them nerve endings do not play, baby. And when I tell you chastity belt lock, bitch, sealed, not delivered, girl, like I was
Mm.
done. Like I could barely do anything. So
That's
lesson
because you
learned.
overdid Senor Butt Plug. You overdid it.
Girl, I should have just kept using the smaller one. That's my mistake for going up a size because I was trying to be the supreme bitch child.
Okay, your booty hole is not a gauge, bitch. Stop increasing.
I do this and I like a challenge. I like to feel stuffed. Does that make sense? I like feeling stuffed, girl. Like,
You gotta be tight to be stuffed, so you only need a little bit of wiggle room.
child, I gotta do better. No, this I know what it was that Monday. Like if I would have never had that dude come over Monday, like we've been dealing with a little older daddy child, and he's so young in spirit, girl, and he got a big old long dick, girl. And the way he just be tapping me out, girl, I'm like, oh god. You know those niggas who fuck you, it kind of hurts, but you find out if you take it, it feels good at the
Yeah,
same time.
it's like a how can I put this? Like euphoric trauma.
Yes.
Because I've
Perfectly
been
said.
there. I was there with my ex, and there were times I was just like, "Bitch, I'm just gonna take it, girl. Like, fuck this. I'm just gonna deal with what comes, bitch."
And that's what I was doing that Monday. And literally that Tuesday, he came back 3 times. He came back for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, literally.
And I think that's what
And
overdid it. Yo, you didn't have time to heal, girl. Right when your booty was like, whew, it was like, "Are you ready to rumble?"
because
Like
that
you just kept
second and
going.
third time, it felt like it was already closing up. And I was like, okay, here
It
I
Hey,
was
go for
swollen. It
Katiana.
was already
forcing it
swollen.
again.
It was already swollen.
Yeah.
They said there's going to be a Kiki panel. No, Harbana said she canceled the Kiki panel tonight, Robbie. I'm going to tell you
Oh,
that.
for real? I haven't been on
Why?
Instagram.
Girl, I don't know.
Well, bitch, what's your thoughts on the episode? Did you watch it this time, ho?
I did watch it. I watched it. I don't like her. I don't like her, no, Nova, and I think that she's a fucking dimwit. I actually feel like I do kind of sympathize with Fifi. I feel like it sucks that nobody has her back. Like I feel like they should have. Um,
Do you really feel like nobody has her back?
yeah, I feel like nobody has her back. I mean, I don't feel like anybody has stuck up for her. Or really, just like stood 10 toes down beside her. They do it when it looks good or when it sounds good. Like not actually in the like I said, like not actually in the moment, which kind of sucks. Cause bitch, I need y'all to protect me like when this is going on, not when everybody's beating and badgering y'all and asking why y'all didn't protect me. Now y'all want to protect me. No.
Well, according to Dominique, he says that like off camera, he do be getting over together and be like, "I don't agree with that. That was wrong. You wrong as fuck, and I don't agree with you." And YB was like, "That's cool, but if the offense happens on screen, we need to see you check her on screen."
Right. Um. I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily feel like. I think also because I've also been on the other side of the camera, so I kind of know like in the moment it does get kind of hard. But bitch, at the end of the day, because we okay, well I'll say for Dallas, we were told not to bring up certain things. Like we weren't allowed to address the Rio situation with the Mexicans comments. They were told like that anytime we would bring that up, they would be like, no, stop talking about that or whatever. And so
Hold on, give me 1 second, Chloe. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier, YB, when I said you're in control of what kind of show you're running. At any moment, Ondario could have been like, hold it, we're not going there. Stop. And if y'all keep going, we gonna end it and y'all going the fuck home.
yeah, it was several times Markel closed the scene down because we kept bringing it up or we kept wanting to address Rio in the situation, and he was like, "Nope, cut it, cut that." But that's why I said this. It's several things that could have been said. Like if this show was supposed to be so posh and such a better version of the series or whatever,
Mhm.
then I would have even cut out when Althea said that Nova was a prostitute because you don't want prostitutes on the show. So I would have even cut that out. Like it's certain things that could have been cut out if you really were trying to portray this image or keep this image for these people. But you really don't have that. You don't give a fuck about nobody's image. That's neither here nor there.
Mm.
What do you feel about Nova being able to freely apologize to Noel, but still having resistance towards Althea?
I think that's where the bullshit comes because I'm like, girl, you prejudge you prejudge Noelle before even knowing her, and then you want to come back double back and say, oh, I apologize, I judged you before, but you can't even give Althea that same grace. Like, girl, it's
It's
weird. Like you have
it's
this
very weird.
animosity, you have this weird animosity towards. I think she has a animosity towards anybody that can take the shine away from her, and because she doesn't have nothing going on with her chase and stuff like that, she's came into the season picking with people and wanting to keep. She's the mother of the season. No shade.
Or at least she feels that way. Because I was gonna say there are a lot of people that outshine her naturally.
Yeah, but because they labeled her the token pretty girl or whatever the case may be, uh, she feels like she's holier than now. I feel like.
Gotcha. Thanks. What else I want to know?
Yes, the reasons are inconsistent, Nick. I agree.
My thing is, it's just
Um,
I think the girls got to be honest
but
here. They trying they don't.
I've addressed it though. I feel like I already knew Andara didn't want me back, so that
Girl,
wasn't.
when is this shit coming out? I'm tired of watching that damn trailer. I done
Oh,
seen it
I know.
64
So I'm
times.
trying. So I'm trying to. I've been trying to get it together. Me and Harpiana got to meet up because I have to get her voiceovers because I'm doing it all AI, and because I don't want to get sued or nothing. I don't want to I don't want to get in trouble for saying nothing that I wasn't supposed to say. So
Gotcha.
everything's gonna be done because I signed a contract. So everything's gonna be done with AI.
Okay. Smart
So
girl,
it's just
smart
taking a
girl.
little bit longer than I was expecting.
In the percentage between 0 and 100, what percentage are you closest to
I'm
being?
probably I'm like 70% done.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost done. It's just taking time, and because with all these all the AI shit, girl, you can only do a certain amount of times, and then when it's not correct, I have to go back. It's just a lot of editing, a lot of.
Um,
You get what I'm saying?
gotcha. Yeah, because they only give you like a certain amount of time per day or something like that.
Yeah. So
You got
it's
to
just been
squeeze
a
it in or something.
process. It's been a
Mhm.
process.
Gotcha. Gotcha. How long is it? Can you say?
It's probably gonna be like I was shooting for like a 30-minute interview, if that, but
Okay.
yeah, 30 minutes. Yeah, it's gonna be like 30 minutes.
Okay.
But it should be out soon within the next week or two. I'm shooting for the next week or two. It's gonna be fun though. It's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be saying a lot of things that I've been wanting to say. Cause see, let me tell you something. I held a lot in because I was expecting. Like I didn't know what to expect. But then when I finally got the oh bitch, no ma'am. I was like, oh, okay, well, bitch, let me just go ahead and let all this out the bag. Cause girl, y'all not gonna play with me. Because what I don't like is that I felt like even throughout the season, I knew that I'll give you a tidbit. So halfway through filming, I was told by Markel that Andario wanted to be cast me, and I was gag it, and this was when we did the photo shoot for the cast shoot or whatever. And me and Rachel had missed the shoot, and so I ended up paying for another day, and Markel came and shot us the next day or 2 days later or whatever. Well, he said he didn't like the way my pictures turned out, and this is that and the third or whatever, and he just wasn't happy with my performance at the time. And at that time I told Markel, I said, "Bitch, y'all got me all the way fucked up. Like, y'all, I refuse to allow y'all to use to exploit me and my story for clicks and views. But then y'all want to be cast me? Like, that's not happening." And Markel went back and fought to the nail and got him to allow me to stay a cast member or whatever. So
Mm.
from there, I already knew that it was going to be some type of because for some reason you just didn't like me. So it's a lot,
Gotcha.
though. It's a lot.
Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I have other opportunities coming to the door, so I'm not really harping on it. I
Okay.
mean, I appreciated the platform, and I appreciate Markel and Robert for trying to get me on there, but it just wasn't worth it for me at the end of the day. Like I was like, bitch, I'm not finna sit here and because Robert Markel's husband was trying to get me to go to like the interviews and stuff like that. And I was just like, I'm not fixing to beg and plead to be on nobody's show. Like, girl, if they don't want me, they don't want me, and that's just that.
Which is wild because you made quite an impact on your season. You
Yeah,
did. You
but
you definitely
hey,
did.
they want to go back to the season forecast, so they got the Kikis and the what's the dude's name? The one that yells a lot.
Not the
What's
one
his
that
name?
yelled a lot.
Yeah, what's his name?
I don't know,
They
but that's
decided to
funny.
go. They decided to go with the what is his name? Fuck.
I can't
He was
wait to
he
find
was
out who
dating
it
the
is.
Xavier boy. He was dating the Xavier boy. Fuck. Y'all know in the
Robert, you know who
comments.
she talking about?
Is
What
YB
happened?
speaking?
What happened?
Who she trying to think of somebody, but I don't know who she's
Hold on.
talking
YB
about.
is YB speaking?
He is
Girl, you can't
not.
hear
Oh,
me?
I can't hear him. Hold on.
Girl, don't even worry about it. I'm about to get out of here anyway. I gotta go. I'm tired. It's almost been 4 hours, child.
All right, any last words? It's your show.
Hold on. Hello?
Okay. Londi is who I was talking about. So they wanted to,
Blondie.
yeah, they wanted to resort back to the Londis and the Kikis and the uh um, Donnies and yeah, like girl, like this season's gonna be the fool. Sorry.
Mm.
Oops, did I just spill the cast?
Hey, allegedly.
Allegedly. See, Ariana said, Chloe, hold the tea. Okay, let me stop. Okay.
Oh,
Well,
I'm
she
sorry,
got to because
Brianna. How
somewhere
you
bitch since
doing?
you want to cancel shows.
Girl, it's too late. See, that's where you get in trouble, Chloe. You be revealing the
Bitch is
tea.
all this like, girl. I mean, bitch, fuck it. Fuck
It's
them
all a
bitches.
Too
legend.
early.
It's all a legend.
All right. I'm finna get up. I'm sorry, y'all. It's been almost 4 hours. But I will say this again. So it was confirmed. I just looked in the group chat. So there will be no Kiki panel tonight. We will reconvene next week, child, with 2 episode conversations for y'all, I guess.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, be on the lookout for that.
yeah.
Shout outs to everyone that came up: Althea, Tramel, Carl, Dominique came up. Hello, God. Did I say Althea already?
Yeah.
Okay. Kat, thank you so much. Gabby, Nia, everybody, Nick, everybody who clicked the link and who provided, what was needed, required, and desired girl in the
Even Miss Tony
conversation.
down to the chat. We see you, girl.
Hello, God. Um, and I would like to express, and I feel like I have to do this now. My views are my views. Okay, don't retaliate on any of the girls, child, who was on the panel or in the discussion because they were here. See, I'm not one of those people. I don't group people guilty by association like other girls do. But I will say, I know that I said a lot of provocative things. It's not for you to respond or get upset with. Really think about what I've said in the depth and breadth in which I said them in. And that another thing that I really want us to work on in life, period, but in our community specifically, is just like really reading the room and trying to understand what people are saying and how they're saying it. I know a lot of people are going to think I'm a hateful, nasty cunt. And my thing is this, though, if that's the case, why am I providing balance? Why am I trying to have levels of understanding? Why am I trying to, share the link for the girls to at least share their thoughts and opinions, and maybe, our thoughts on them might change. Maybe there's more to the conversation. I care. I like to build the bridges of unity, bitch, hello God, that we so desperately need within our community. And it seems more than ever now, watching a lot of the foolishness that is displayed on our screens and a lot of the reactions, responses, and opinions from others, that there's a lot of work that is needed to be done in our community.
Mhm.
And I really do hope people take that from this live that is almost 4 hours long, and put that level of understanding instead of y'all getting wrapped up in y'all feelings. I get it. I'm a shady, nasty cunt sometimes. So you're going to want to respond to that stuff, but really take a look and use the intellect that I know that y'all have to really decipher what was actually said here today. Okay. And to understand that process, that and how that should be working. Um, that's the goal. Okay. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Do y'all have any last minute thoughts?
Love y'all. Bye. See y'all later.
Yeah, just make sure you join the conversation if you're catching the replay. Um, and thanks for coming. Love y'all.
Period. Thank you so much, Kat, for joining. I appreciate your
No
thoughts.
problem.
And make sure y'all get into the Cat Girl. If you haven't gotten to his reviews or his platform, period, make sure y'all do that, honey, okay? Period. Because this, especially this past review, I already said it earlier, but I'll say it again. It was so, like, in depth, and it was everything. Like,
Thank you.
I don't think I could have did a better job myself. So,
Thank you. That's a
period.
lot coming from the Barbara Walters of
Here,
YouTube.
girl, I was amen, girl, when I was in there putting that witch hazel on my booty hole, girl, and preparing for the gym, and I was just getting mine. I was amen and the fuck at a lot of that shit. So
Yeah.
I was like yelling in the bathroom. I was like, girl, you're the only person like that. That was my, as I'm doing preparing for my own review, I have these thought processes, and I'm like, damn, it's so good to see that someone thinks as much outside of the box as I do. So it was just, it's always refreshing to see that. So thank you for that. So y'all make sure y'all
No
support
problem.
Cat. All right, period. And again, chat, love y'all, appreciate y'all. Love one another, girl, period. Um,
Please.
thank y'all for showing up and showing out. I know I consistently was holding about 100+ girls in here. I know there might have been a lot of cunts, hovering ether of life. I appreciate your click and view too, as well. Thank you so much. And yeah, y'all. Until the next video, guys. Y'all be blessed and never stressed. And remember that health is truly wealth.
Same place, same time. Love y'all.
Period.